They know they're weak, they know they're reeling a little bit, so they're just charging right in to try and take them down. Shots with the opening, dropping Glaive. They didn't check for Magus, though. He's here, and he's going to get a great double sip to try and help him out. And now Shots 1 versus 3, and he will take that kill. He's very dangerous as well. There's plenty of time, so he could try and walk around and look for kills and just try and, you know, traverse the entire map and make this tricky. But the low health will still make it quite difficult.
Yeah, no bombing or anything, so it is a long slog ahead here for Shoxy. And well, Zipnik's really committing to that fight. We'll see if it comes back to haunt him or not. And that's the thing with Overpass, is that you can't really jog through here, because if Device is standing where Device is standing,
yeah,
he could hear you running, and that's going to give it away. And so even more time getting burnt off the clock for Shoxy. And Device and Dupree now starting to wonder. They're starting to move around a little bit here, starting to peek for some angles. And while they are going to put themselves in a position to counter Shoxy, if Shoxy in fact is coming from A.
Yeah, this is the problem. When there's been this much time off the clock, eventually they're going to start to think, hold on, maybe he's in a different position. I just don't even know how you would do this. You would need an absolutely clean fight against the first guy, preferably him looking the other way, make it a one-on-one, and then you probably can't plant the bomb here because there's just so little time left. So yeah, it's all around an uphill struggle for him. 16 seconds, he snuck all the way in, but yeah, they know where he is. They've already figured it out. So brave attempt there. I don't mind him trying to make that whole run work. Maybe you could have found something, but this time didn't work out that way. 9-14, and Astralis, that's a very, very important round for them to win. And the fact that this all happened in such a weird position, because actually they had the initial path into the bomb site Vitality, but Astralis had just pushed out and were sort of flanking them in the middle of that push. It was very odd. Here we go. Though Astralis actually, they win the round, but because it's a one-on-one, still got a UMP, still lacking quite a few grenades. That's upsetting.
It's, I mean, it's still the struggle. By no means is this over. But now look at the AUG setup here from Astralis, man. They are fully embracing it. Just pull out all the stops, everything you can here. You need every little edge you can afford. And while Vitality, they tested B, and now it's the quick rotate up through mid, and Device and Dupree were not that aggressive this round, and so they don't have any early warning on this. Although Glaive and Zipniks are working their way back, are they going to make it in time?
Wow. The fact that they got caught doing that boost, that could have cost them even more than that. Shocked that they won the fight out at long. Now Device is trying to get back in here. He's very low on health. Masuta taking a kill. They know where he is. That little jump spot there to pick him off. And Sip and Magus, 2 versus 4. They're in a lot of trouble. KPK, yep, don't want to have the Molotov. But Cyber will take care of business. And that's going to be 15 rounds on the board for Vitality. There is nothing Magus could do about this. He's just, I mean, save the gun. I don't mind if he saves it here, but just don't try and fight them. It is not worth it. That was so clean, and the fact that they were pushed up that far and caught them boosting, that is, I mean, even if they didn't die immediately, and even if they won the fight out long, they were so far out of position to try and deal with that.
I'm just, I'm feeling for Glaive right now, because he is struggling, and you can tell he is just charging into these fights. And at this point, I think he's just seeing himself as a sacrificial lamb. Just, you know, I'll run in, I'll be the bullet magnet, and you guys need to play off of me. Because I don't know how many times I've watched him run headfirst into a fight only to die, and he's been on 8 kills for rounds and rounds and rounds now. He is not getting anything to go his way individually. You can see right there, boom, Masuda dismisses him.
And they lost the AUG at the end. It's the worst possible outcome, ladies and gentlemen. They've got nothing to fight with.
Yeah, Dupree's face says it all.
Oh, man.
Well, I mean, we're just going to have to, you know, a little bit of frustration here for Astralis, but
I don't blame them.
The focus has to be on Inferno now for Astralis. You keep going, you keep fighting in these rounds, right?
Oh, no doubt about that, but
the odds.
Dupree swings, Masuta takes a bit of damage. Glaive and Device are also pushing quite aggressively. But I mean, the fact that Dupree is already down there and being aggressive, I'm sure it'll be called out. And Vitality, you can see how careful they're being now. They're really making sure. Good, smart play here. Shots trying to actually jump up against the
dude with Apex and
to get out a little bit faster, but didn't work out. He's going to go down as the only player so far for Vitality, and that leaves Device in a 1 versus 4 to try and save the map, and it is just not looking likely. Again, I just think we're so blessed. Inferno, best of 3. I mean, again, the 2 best teams in the world right now, and to get to a 3rd map, I just think it's everything you could possibly want here. Device, I don't know, the bell is ringing. It might be the train warning bell, but certainly ringing for Astralis right here. 1 versus 4, and he's gonna get a headshot. Follow. Oh, what? No way! He actually makes it work. That has to be just pure out, just divine intervention. Shut up. I can't.
We'll see it. We'll see it again.
I've never seen anything like that ever before.
Oh, that gave me the chills.
Let's see
Holy
it again.
shit.
I'm just waiting. Let's see it again. This is the only way, literally the only way Vitality can throw this is by lining up for him. The collat. Let's go. Oh, he thinks his face says it all.
His soul just left his body. Yeah, I don't even understand.
I'm crew.
Oh, that's so good.
You couldn't set that up with your friends if you tried for a full day. You could try it. Just get 4 friends and try and see if you can choreograph that and fake it. You can't. It'll take such a long time.
Apex's face is priceless.
You have to roll those dice a long time to get that outcome. I am so shocked. I'm so shocked. Masuta will take down Magus. That's a good start to the round. Finish it off. Don't let that just find a way to win this now, because if it goes into overtime, I don't even know how devastating that would be. Dupree, a single bullet is all that he needed, and Glaive will come up with a kill. So 4 versus 3 right here. Stay composed with your Vitality. This is a mental game now. Apex is going to take a kill, but Glaive actually doing a lot of work. A triple in the round right here, and Apex 1 versus 2. Now, Zip is very low on health, and I don't think he spotted him then, but he's still going to have a better angle, and he'll catch that kill. Device is sneaking in behind him, and has an M4, has all the health and everything else. And actually, Device is already assuming that Apex will go to the A-bomb site, so he's trying to stay a step ahead even. But not the case.
Yeah, bomb about to get planted, and this is terrible for Devices now. Yeah.
He's gonna have to run
Sure
for
enough,
it.
it's not up here, and so you're gonna have to waste all of this time running down. One thing he has going for him is that Apex has absolutely no idea where he is on the map.
They each have a Molotov, so things could get really, really interesting. He's got a kit as well. He's really trying to mind game Apex. He's assuming that he would have already been there. But Apex is just behind the box. A little bit of a jump down, and he's going to hurry to get shot in the face. That will be 16 to 10. They don't get rattled by the absolutely godlike round that came out of that Deagle. And, I mean, we're going to be talking about for a long, long time to come. But 3rd map will be in store for us. And I think that is really the most important thing here, because that's what we all want.
All right,
That's
fuck
the
yeah,
one where you
we
gotta
back.
shake it off. It's like a ninja diffuse. You just gotta
Very good, very good, very
put it out
good.
of your mind. We gotta move on. Let's get it done. And sure enough, they were so consistent, and they were so prepared for what Astralis had. And I honestly wonder, if we look back on this, did Astralis game themselves on their CT side? Did they overthink it? And that's what Glaive and Zipnix are going to be, or Glaive and Sonic are going to be thinking coming out of that map going into Inferno.
Yeah.
Did they overcomplicate things, or should they have just stuck to their guns and stuck to that aggressive CT side that worked so well against EG and that we didn't really see here versus Vitality? Did they give the Frenchmen too much respect?
I mean, it certainly stings a little bit when you sort of have like a surprise map like that, and it blows up in your face.
And there's like,
yeah,
get out of here.
Not interested. Not interested.
We're going to Inferno.
We are after the break. Stay tuned.
Face. Okay, this should be working now. There we go. Fantastic. Fantastic. Folks, we are here in the real world. Okay? This is not the fake world. Is he back doing shit? Yeah, I mean they were hungry for that baguette. That's what I told him yesterday, or 2 days ago. I've been shitting on him. It's fun. That's why I'm not like, oh, ban him, ban him, ban him. It's fun to shit on him. Like, I'd rather people come to their own conclusion about, like, separating themselves from somebody. It's not my issue. Like, definitely don't be a Justin, but acting holier than thou is never a good thing. What's good, Hooli? It would be cool to start casting some CS games just to practice it. I think I could be a pretty decent caster. How you guys liking the new schedule? We up early. We up early for our Euro gang. Yep. That's
16-10 as we see Vitality manage to take the map pick of Astralis, but my oh my, on that 15th round after a spectacular deagle play from Device, I started to worry for him because we know what Astralis can do when rounds start to go their way, but Vitality held on. They held on strong enough to take us to a third and final map. One we wanted in a series like this and one we certainly deserve this year.
You can probably hear it in my voice, James. It's been an eventful end of second map, I'm not gonna lie to you. Once Device hits that absolutely marvelous 1v4, like 1 in a million action, I thought that could be the end of everything. It could just unravel Vitality, and I want to give them props for staying calm, because if you think about how close this series is, I mean, I don't even know what a voiceover, I just want to appreciate the craziness. You could obviously argue why the hell are they picking him, but I think
look at the AI prediction flip. Look at the AI prediction flip on the top of the screen.
And then that collateral at the end, oh my god.
Your chances of winning the lottery are most likely higher than ever to replicate a clutch like this. This was absolutely sensational from Device. You know, if you're Vitality, sure, I don't even want to, I don't want to...
There was a 1 in 308 million chance to win the lottery that was just won by someone in Michigan. I wonder what the odds on that play are. Do you think someone put a bet the moment it was a 4v1? I mean, that would be a smart thing to do.
Coming into this one, he just gave it his all.
Yeah, he really had a lot.
Every time there's a 4v1, just throw $2 on it.
I thought that could be a good punish. I forgot about Shocks and the CT side of Overpass. It's truly a map where Vitality give him a lot of freedom in where he wants to go and if he wants to be aggressive or not, if he wants to take space or not. And yes, I point him out after Dust 2, but there we need to admit that he had a very, very good game. Ends up with 28 kills, 122 ADR, that's massive. And you can see some of these clips, some of these kills, he's in the middle of everywhere. He's got space. Here's pushing from the back. Scoreline is 4-3. Sometimes he's on B. It truly is a map where his game sense can shine and he can have a lot of impact.
It's the turnaround. It's the turnaround from the performance we saw at Dust 2. They played 30 rounds in Dust 2 and Shocks had 1 round with a multi-kill. 1 out of 30, he was able to kill more than one Astralis player in a single round. In this game, as Matthew said, 122
LOL,
ADR,
my
4 for
eyes,
6 in
my
OD,
eyes are
6
so blue.
multi-kills.
They
He was doing a fantastic job. And you
they
know,
blend
you
into
make
the green
argument
screen.
sometimes when you have
So
a
great.
6-man roster, if a guy like Shox, you know, is being switched off the server after playing Dust 2 because he had a bad performance, then that argument goes out of the window right here, right? Because he's a player, as with the experience he has,
Look at
and
that.
everything
Look
he's
at
been
that.
through, he can reset himself. He can come back in a matchup like this. Without a doubt, the most influential player on the server in this matchup, and he deserves a lot of credit for that performance.
He does deserve a lot of credit as well, but he also had his right-hand man alongside him. It was Zoe who were able to step in and deal the damage with it.
I can't with these casters, bro. How long until we're back for the next map? Come on now. Merry holidays. Ho ho ho, merry holidays. Ho ho ho, merry Christmas. I need more stars. I need more stars. I need more stars. Happy holidays. Alright, we're just gonna open these up. La 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 la. Do 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 Alright, so I have a discotheque already. Stat track, one of these would be legendary. These go for a pretty fucking penny. And then these go for a pretty penny as well. Alright, let's go. Shit. Ooh, Hooli got a coin. Hooli got a coin. Hooli got a coin. Hooli got a motherfucking coin. Yeah, yeah. Happy holidays. Ho ho ho. Happy Merry holidays. Merry holidays. Yes, this is a Santa. Happy holidays. These are cool, but only stat track. It's the good list. It's the very good list. Alright, I want to see this final map. Here we go. Let's go.
For Zywar Shucks, I feel like they had an absolute overpass. I think that can be a key element here because the pressure is going to mount up, the temperature is going to go up, but I do believe that Astralis will remain calm at every single time.
And we know that's exactly what Astralis do, and we know we are in for one hell of an inferno coming your way. It's the third and final map. It's the upper bracket final.
This server is fucking cluttered with talent right now, dude.
Will it be Vitality or will it be Astralis? Make sure you're back here after the break to find out.
What is my mic picking up? Oh my god, Hooli. Don't be adjusting, okay? Don't be adjusting. Alright. That should be better. Adam Freeberg. And I'm free balling. I think what I may do is I will refresh the entire stream point system, but give a month heads up to everybody. Get your Baba coins in, and then there will be some kind of currency return for Baba coin in the future. Also coming up, basketball stream. Real for real. Oh yeah, I wanted to show some highlights from yesterday, but the game's probably just about to start. I literally fixed my stream while playing a game of CSGO. Luckily, I was able to save highlights of it. Yeah. we went off. I won the game on a knife kill. Art thou Baba? Oh well. Can't wait to do some. I just need to. I don't have my. It's till the 26th. Okay. So don't expect too much from me till then. But I have a lot of plans coming up. Oh yeah, we stretched, baby. Stretched all day. It's over. It's over. Valorant and CS:GO. Bye. I mean, every pro uses. Hold on, let me see if they're playing games on. Yeah. Holy shit! Vitality wins the pistol round.
This is going to be so hard for Astralis. They've just made their lives so difficult because they want to go for that aggressive play because they know they need to get in here fighting. This is their favorite side on CT side Inferno.
All right, there's so much talent in this server right now. There's so much talent in the server. No, not the final. Pretty sure Navi dismantled whoever they played against. So I think the winner of this. But there's also a losers bracket. We'll look up
about
at the half. We'll look up
on
the
CT side. I mean, it didn't work out, but
the
part
bracket
of it, the
thing.
idea should be you're not guessing where they're going at that point. You're actually just forcing it. You're saying, well, we are going to be fighting in middle, so let's do it. Otherwise, if you fall far back, sometimes on the CT side, you know, you're just hoping that they all come A or all come B, and especially in those pistol rounds. So I think they were
Fuck
maybe
Astralis. Oh, he's dead.
On, but, you know, doesn't work when you get shot in the face.
This is what I expect to see, though. I think Astralis are just going to be an utter nightmare. They've got to be so insanely frustrating to play against on T side because of the nade damage. Pimp was talking about that coming into this series, how absurdly high their average nade damage is per round, and I think a lot of that work
exactly
gets
the
done
nade
here
damage
on Overpass, on Inferno.
Oh, wait. They fell back from Arch way too quickly. Now, this is a mag 7 on Dupree, so he's going to be in, I think, oh, well, maybe not. He's maybe going to be fine. He gets one more kill. They're just headshots. It's a rare gun to see these days. Now, they'll pick up the kill in pit as well, but Dupree just got the double, and here's the flank coming in alone. It's Saivu in a 1 versus 3, and he's going to get picked off. Astralis, they get the revenge. They've only won 1 pistol round so far in this series, but now they pick up the second round, and that is great news. I was actually about to make the opposite point. I was about to say, it's not so good having the mag 7 here, because you're going to be at sort of a medium range, and it's playing where you never know what's actually going to happen, but that was beautiful.
Keem, you should
Honda,
stop.
You know, he watched Honda and got inspired.
You said Vitality
Yeah,
deserved to
that guy can
lose.
do it, so can I.
What is the silver?
Honda, yeah.
All right.
It's true. That is a big round, though. No bomb plant. This is going to be another headshot. Zywoo with the headshot from bottom mid. Oh, and it's Glaive that gets sat down, too. Glaive had a rough one on Overpass. Not the best map for him. So we'll see if he can get his head up here going into Inferno. If he can start finding his form.
Stop wasting your money on skins and start
I mean,
betting
I
on
remember
CS:GO.
being a very good Inferno player.
Start
so
putting your money
I
on
would expect for
Vitality.
him to find a way to have a decent impact on this particular map. But I think everyone is going to be fine. In fact, I can't think of anyone that's not going to be interesting to look at here.
No.
Fun, though, seeing whether or not Vitality is going to win this round, because then it swings right back in their favor. Dupree going for a fight, and that was against the AK, and it still comes out on top. So kind of good news.
Bruh, the AUG is back.
Nice. And now he's wrapped. and
People
he's
be
gonna support device.
using the AUG.
Device
High
currently
level,
posted up with the
high
M9,
skill
hoping that somebody's gonna come close
players.
quarters. Dupree's gonna peek. Nice flash setup. Oh, impeccable stuff. Zipnix with the flash allows Dupree to peek behind it. 2 kills, and now it's Zywoo all by his lonesome.
That's
Again,
too good.
Astralis'
too
nade
good.
usage on this map is something to behold.
Yeah.
It's art.
I mean, that flashbang landing, I think it hit their eyeballs. Is that accurate? And they really couldn't see anything. Really well done. Really important. Again, just think about it. Dupree is actually peeking that angle really low on health. So think of his trust. He's got 22 health, and he's trusting Sip to do that perfectly. That's real important.
Dude, I don't think I could ever get bored of that.
No, it's so good. It is so good. Fourth round.
Whenever
coming
Apex
up.
is on the
They've got
server,
AK
he's like the
stolen,
only
Mac
one. You'll
10.
see the reaction
They've got somebody to work
every
with,
time.
and all they have on the Vitality side is a P250 to fight with. So this should be a much more relaxing round for Astralis, although they're trying their best to make it not so by pushing and actually Mac 10 kills.
There we go. I like it. Anti-eco stomp down. That's what you need to be doing. If you know they're hard ecoing, you need to be pushing them. You need to be getting the kills with the SMGs. And more so, just beating up on them. Be the bully in the server, but be the bully.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Make sure they can't spend the time talking, or just it's nice to take that away from them. Say you're right into the next round. You're not going to be waiting around. Although Navira is up here.
They're not giving me much time to do the talking, though, Anders, and that's the issue, because right now, I mean, it is worth pointing out that Astralis in 2020, thanks to HLTV, again with the stats.
Sounds about
they
right.
were the top team on Inferno. 77.5% win rate across 40 maps. That's no joke. Across the best, against the best teams in the world.
Yeah.
You're able to pull that kind of win rate off on this map. You can see why Astralis, when given
They've
a
won
chance,
77%.
this map as the final one to finish this series if it had to go to 3 maps.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Actually got 4 kills in that round, Magus, with the Mac 10. That's a lot of money to make. 3-1 in their favor. Vitality have picked up AKs all across the board here, and they've got some smokes. Only the one Molotov. Molotovs on the T side are so useful, so it's a bit of a shame that they're lacking those, and I think they already threw it. Just tossed it up to the top of Banana. Not much fight coming out. 4-man stack.
Very
over at
good
top
comparison.
mid.
That's
Expecting
what they
for
reminded
Vitality
me
to
of
show
as
up,
well.
leaving Sip on his
When I
own.
first
This is
started
a big
watching
risk.
CS.
This is nuts. Zip alone with an MP9.
Yeah.
This is a hard read, and it is not working.
Misuta, and not even any signaling here. They're not.
All he
throwing
does
smokes,
is
they're walking
gobble the
all way onto
glizzy.
The bomb site, and Sip is falling out. Right?
Dude, are you kidding?
It's gonna be a full-on save for Astralis. They're not even gonna go for it.
They're not even
'cause
gonna go
he's,
for it.
fat.
What kind of round is this? Anders, I mean,
don't
we're
think they
freaking
know.
out
You
about
gotta-
the
you
device
gotta
with that,
acquire
that
more
Deagle
girth.
quad,
Wait,
but I mean, this round is almost as unlikely.
Glaive actually comes back. So now they know. Oh no, this could. Oh yeah, they're gonna fall back. I was gonna say the fact that they got that kill. Sometimes if you get an early kill like this, you actually get fooled into going for the retake when you really shouldn't, and then you just throw everything away. But that didn't happen. They're fine. They back up. They realize it's not worth it.
No way.
What a weird
I have no
round.
idea.
I swear, this is almost as
Exactly.
weird as
Such a
Device's
weird
quad
round.
There. I mean, like, when do you see this? A stack? I mean, full stack. Zipnik's rotating out. The 5th man rotating out of the site. I mean, just all sorts of weird.
They're
What's
saving.
really- I mean, what makes
The
it
fuck?
even more strange, and I think this is also what Astralis must be thinking too, is normally if you were going to go B, you would have
Cadence, we
someone
saw a
checking top mid from the T
1v4
side. So I think they would have been happy Astralis,
like,
just getting a kill top mid
Eagle
and then,
4K from
just
Device.
falling back from that position, but no
I-
one came to check.
this
So
the last 10 rounds of this
Yeah, this
matchup have been insane.
very strange indeed. But
And
they
he
get
backs
they can
up.
hold on to their rifles. They have a very good economy still, Astralis. So even though it's a bit upsetting, it's still pretty much fine.
Even on loss bonus as well across both.
Cadence, I wanted to send this to you
So
as well.
Now it's all about figuring out what.
This shit's
comes
really
next
good.
here, and I'm very curious to see Astralis. They're not going to have 3 over towards Banana early this time around. I was curious to see what kind of nade protocol they would have set up here, and in fact, it's not going to be much of. They're not gonna give
clips.
away too
We
much
clipped
here
it.
at the beginning, and the nade.
Check
game
this
is
shit
the
out.
game within the game here. On
Yeah.
This portion of the map.
They're waiting. They're a little bit delayed. They have one they can throw into the ceiling here, and,
Blah, blah,
and
blah,
it'll
blah.
bounce back down. So they're waiting for Astralis right here. 1 versus 4, and he's gonna get a headshot. No way! He actually makes it work. That has to be just pure out. Just
Sorry about the mic fizzle.
Only ringing for Astralis right here.
I couldn't believe.
1 versus 4, and he's gonna get a headshot. No way!
I just destroy XLR cables.
That has to be just pure out, just divine. Box, but he can't get it done. The Deagle coming out for the kill. I swear he almost
Yo,
shot him in
Tom
the face with the
Cruise.
smoke there.
Tom Cruise is so good with the
Wow,
Deagle,
what a
bro.
round.
Yeah, bro. Wow. Tom
I'm
Cruise
just
is nasty.
grinning. I'm just grinning through and through this. I can't.
What's
this
crazy is
amazing.
It's just
It-
20 seconds of non-stop action.
There's a
Once they go
4v1
for Sip, it
in the
just doesn't
final
end. They
round.
keep fighting.
But it's
Astralis
so
won that
beautiful
map
Zip-
the next
way that
game
Zip
anyway.
plays that situation,
Cadence, when are you gonna make your ult account, bro?
Doesn't force it,
Keemstar here has an ult.
Even more team
Yeah, I see famous people.
It's so good. It's so good. And then of course Zywoo is
I've
there
met
to just
famous
make
people.
It so close.
And I think, I mean, this is something you'd have to go back and look for, but I think when Sip escapes the Molotov, the reason he doesn't die immediately
Like
when he
who?
steps out from the box,
Reverie? Shut the fuck up, Keemstar.
Yellow to stop anyone from peeking him. So there are just so many details in that moment.
Trying to watch fucking Counter-Strike, not
it's so hard
pretend to
deal
be
with.
TMZ.
So and Vitality, I mean, you can't even feel bad if you're Vitality, because like, what more can you do in that situation? You're just getting sprayed through smoke. You're getting flashed in the face. You can't see anything.
My
You're just
coolest
And I mean, just think about how
interaction was with Louis C.K. I'd say I was going to work really early in the morning.
They correctly know and guess that Sip is alone in B, so they actually had the right.
And I saw him as we were crossing the street. It was way downtown, so there are no cars. Matter. I'm like, Louis? And he turns back around. He's like, yeah? And I think he's like expecting me to just say something nasty. But I'm just like, keep doing your thing, man. Like, I really enjoy your comedy. The show's really good. I think this was just at the first season of Louis. Valid, Cadence. I hear you. See, that's like, I take that with CSGO, like, getting people to play. It's a you know, month-long, year-long thing. Getting dinked. Oh, he got dunked on. He got fucking dunked.
In the 5 rounds they've won, there've been no bomb plants, so they're lacking a lot of funds vitality here. And I mean, this is the best possible start that the Danes could have hoped for.
Oh, absolutely. And not only that, the round that they lost out of this one,
yeah,
they all 5 stayed alive. So the money is just so good for Astralis. There is no pressure on these guys whatsoever, and they have fully embraced the AUG. No messing around. And okay, once again, bullies. And this time Nivera's going to be ready for him. Hits the headshot on Magus, putting the pressure on here. Nivera doing a great job of staying alive. This is really drawing it out, making it way more expensive than Astralis were hoping for.
Zywoo nearly burning alive. There comes the flank. A lot of aggression that's being thrown their way. Did look like it was about to blow up a bit.
No.
Got a little scary there.
No, I don't.
That got a little bit too,
I only started
That's not what they were
being interested in playing
definitely
because
not.
I got
I mean,
into
I
it
still appreciate it. I like the idea of it.
last,
but
like, January.
if you throw something away now, I mean, like, don't.
Oh, yeah, I remember
don't
that.
give vitality
Well, you
away
know what I
back in
know?
this
I
game
know
for
more
free.
than
That's
I
not a
should.
good idea.
I've learned. I've learned the history.
So, I mean, at this point, it feels like Vitality, they're getting something that many teams on the T side of Inferno would love to have, which is banana control.
Sure.
The setup from there, I mean, there's so much that you... Wait, what?
Dude, Zywoo, it's so broken.
Devices, it looked like he was caught sleeping. I'm so confused. He definitely had time to get that shot. I'm not sure what was happening. Sip will still catch him, but... I mean, that's an extra kill on a bomb plant. That's really important.
It's weird because he's not even on land, so we can't say like, oh, he must have been looking at his teammate's monitor or something.
No, that's right. Maybe it was like a dog or a cat or something. It's
Ace. Yeah, it's his dog.
There we go.
Snipping at him.
He named his dog Ace.
Yeah, he did.
Well.
What's the matter with that, Anders?
Nothing, I'm just saying.
Is that shocking?
No, not really. Not really. Biting his own fingers. All right.
I want a doggy.
It is like a meme off between Dupree and Apex at this point in time. Like,
I love it. More of that. But now we're going to get the 3 over towards Banana, and now I expect to see a bit more nade action. Xyp9x with that smoke down bottom, and now we're starting to come back into the wheelhouse, and Masuda's life is going to get very feisty here. Very difficult. He should be taking a lot of damage. Yep.
So much is going on. So much is going on. So much is going on.
No one could see anything in that fight.
Yep.
So I guess it's only fair that it ends up 1-for-1 trade. The device will also get dropped quite low, but he has the AWP, and he's going to go back and play a position you can actually very easily grenade, but I guess he's just banking on the fact that they maybe won't. Dupree trying to line up. He's going to get the 1 kill, swings even further, and almost catches RPK with a grenade, and finally they put an end to him. So 3-on-3, and Magus down in the pit, and actually missing the spray, but Magus is one of the best players in the world at playing this one. Double nade! He takes them down! Not exactly
What the
I
fuck
had in
is this
mind when I was
round?
saying that, but
What
I
the
guess
fuck
it
is this
works.
round?
Simulcast
What is this round?
just
What is this
running
round?
into the fight.
What is this
Not
round?
even afraid.
What
He's
is this
dropped
round?
Sip, and now he's got the health and the bomb as well. He's got every advantage right here. Only thing he doesn't know is exactly where Device is, but he's figuring that out one step at a time. Oh man.
Oh,
Let's
giving me the
see.
chills.
Can't walk too far away from the bomb, even if
You don't know who he
Device
is?
doesn't have a
Yes,
kit.
he's
There's no way
French.
for Cyber to know that. He's hiding
19
inside of
years
the smoke.
old.
He's hoping that he comes that way. Device, I don't know. Time is running out. Smoke is going to be fading.
Oh,
Device
he's
is
a brilliant,
right there inside,
brilliant,
was playing
brilliant.
So perfectly.
Oh my
There's
God.
nothing he can do to win this one. What a beautiful round. 3 kills, and once again,
Okay, I'm gonna be real. I haven't been watching CS for a long time, but that was one of the best rounds I've ever seen in my life. Like all around, that was insane. Shox isn't even playing.
But on the other side of things, Dupree 11. So I mean, that's the difference here is that Astralis, if they've got Dupree, if they've got Magisk, if they've got these guys who are actually fragging, unlike on Overpass where they just vanished, we didn't see anybody really stepping up and performing on an individual level for Astralis on that map. Here we've got Dupree who's up there just getting those kills. Magisk and Glaive as well. Glaive actually awake this time. So Astralis shouldn't be getting too frustrating. They just have to find a way to deal with with.
So I was the best player in the world. Just kidding, it's simple. No, he's the first guy in years to make a case. Simple. Player in the world. Individually. It's crazy. Vitality have Masuta and
well, eventually they're going to run out of rounds to play with. Let's see. 6
both
to
very
3
young.
right here. AK's back in the hands, and a lot of the money for Astralis is gone. So, I mean, there's a big window of opportunity right now for Vitality. There's something they can do with this. If they win this
Daiwu's
next
19,
round,
Masuka's
maybe
18.
Astralis will try and go for a
I mean,
crazy
Apex
force
and
if they save some
RPK are
stuff,
old
but
as hell.
they're going to be stretched
Shoxy.
really thin. So, I think this is not the entire first half is going to be settled on this round, but I think a fair bit of it all. The momentum is certainly going to be switched if Vitality can pick up a round here.
They've read this perfectly, Anders, though. They've really done a great job here, Astralis. They smashed Vitality so hard in Banana last round that they've
That scared me,
correctly
the guy
assumed that
behind him.
Vitality wanted to swing A. And so you have the 3 set up. Dupree and Magisk, focused on Palace. They totally had this. But now Vitality are getting cold feet. Again, Masuda just taking damage. No matter where this guy goes on the map, he's eating HEs. Doesn't matter if it's Banana, A side apartments. Like the guy is just a shrapnel magnet right now.
I mean, I think what they wanted to do here was clear out Banana, then go for the 3-man push out of apps with flashes and grenades from middle. And it seems like they're actually holding on to that in spite of everything. So let's just see. Magisk got a double nade last time. He still has...
Bro, that last round was insane. The grenades going everywhere and the way it ended. I mean, it was 3 straight grenade kills. One of them was a double.
Completely blind, but it's a double hit setup. And Dupree, he only gets the 1 device inside. 25 seconds on the clock, and he can't keep it up.
I was on nuts style right now. Oh, Apex has to do better than that.
Awkward. Now it's a 2-on-2. They do have a smoke. Yeah, that smoke
Bruh,
from Nivera is going to be
Apex
huge.
is
And they have a
1
follow-up
and 10.
Molotov even that they can put up there. So I don't know. This retake will be very tough, I think, for Astralis.
Daiwu's literally taken over. Who the fuck is Nivera? He's from Belgium. Young as well.
The contact here, he draws attention to himself, and that sets it up for Daiwu to just eliminate them. Glaive, though, with a beautiful shot. Whips around, puts the pressure on Nivera. Nivera has to come here and check, and Glaive is ready for it. Not connecting with the bullets, though, and this is going to go the way of Vitality. Nivera plays it impeccably.
Wow, outplayed,
Does
bro.
not survive the blast, but they
Apex
get
is
the
hype.
round.
They do. Really important. Absolutely critical. It looked for just a second like maybe Glaive could have just held it and just kept... Because he actually was a little bit further away. I mean, again, you're in that position. It's very, very hard to figure out.
Bro,
But,
he's
6 to 4.
19.
That's such
He's
an
19.
important round.
They have an
Mostly
18-year-old and
because
2
of that
19-year-olds
CT
playing
side.
right now.
Tactical timeout being called
And
now.
then there's Apex and RPK.
Man.
And the bank is finally gone here from Astralis.
Yeah.
So with those 2 rounds in a row, Vitality have succeeded in actually putting Astralis on the back foot.
Zaiwu literally
Zaiwu's
just
at
went
15
off, dude.
kills.
Yeah,
And
15.
Apex, I mean, he
Ooh.
probably should
give
have
me
won that fight
chills,
against Sip
baby.
there and actually really caught him off guard. I think you can tell Apex
Literally, they're boomers.
And it is ridiculous looking at the scoreline. I mean, yeah, 15 and 7, you see here, 140 ADR on Saimu, but again, the drop-off is still to Nivira at 6, then 3 on Masuta, then 2 on RPK, and 1 on Apex and kills.
But that's exactly it. Like, I was just worth 3 guys right now.
But look at what Astralis have done.
Okay, then.
They have forced into this round.
And he's about to be 28.
I actually think that's a little bit mad. I think this is a little bit crazy. Because if you just went for maybe
RPK is older than me.
Try to do the best that you
RPK
could.
is older than me.
So what? You get Vitality of 5th round, but this is Inferno. Even 5, 6, it's not that bad. Then you have all of the, you know, weaponry that you would possibly want on the CT side. The fact that they've done this, I'm so worried about this.
Oh, me
Not
too.
sure this is the best call, but
I don't think you could. Oh, that was too good. That was. Oh.
up, absolutely exploding them, and that's the bomb up there. He wants more. Apex is right in front, and he's really not had a good game here so far. A little bit of help from Device inside of the bomb site. I'll eat my words happily. This force-up was absolutely fine. I take it all back.
I'm kissing, you know, the tips of my fingers with how beautiful that was. How delicious that round was right there. Okay, this is Dupree. This is him just annihilating them as they come through. The reason this works so well is that Astralis just baited them. They threw no nades at the start. Vitality have no information. They're thinking that, hey, okay, maybe this is just an eco round, just going to be some pistols we're dealing with. We can be aggressive. We can get in here.
Should have been.
And they're running into They're running into shotties. They're running into guns, and they just get completely mauled. They just got the wool pulled over their eyes. And now Apex, he's not having this again. He's charging top banana. He's like, okay, we're going to get up here. We're going to do it right. We're going to put the pressure on and force you to use some nades.
Yeah, probably hoping to catch someone. Apex would love to get something done, even just for him personally. Over at mid, I mean, I think they wanted to swing back here, but the smoke will pretty much shut that down.
Man, that was so good. And now, well...
I mean, they have Cyber with an AK. That surely is what this round is about.
That HE again.
All the time.
Nivera, he just can't catch a break. Misuda too, like these guys are just getting pummeled. Astralis's utility damage at the end of this map is going to be off the charts. It's actually going to be disgusting.
Oh my god, what happened to Apex? Keemstar, what happened to Apex?
Yeah, he sees a couple of people out there. Only one of them with an AK. That's the real threat at the moment. Yeah, Saiwu, he's going to get... Oh, actually, Masuta with a headshot there. Saiwu trying through the smoke. And I think one of the tracers showed Magus will pick it up. So, Nivira, no bomb plant, and a 1 versus 3. And Astralis should be able to keep their cool here and just slowly overpower him. Yeah, not really fighting him too aggressively, and eventually they'll find the kill. So, no bomb plant.
The MP9 that gets the kill.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. This map's been ridiculous.
I think for a long time, especially during like their absolute prime Astralis.
Okay.
Might have just been, I need to run to the bathroom.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, I think especially in their prime, I think Astralis were seeing as sort of like the most textbook team. Like they did everything that you would want to do if you had to teach other people how to play like the best version of Counter-Strike, but they weren't.
He didn't go to the bathroom and went out into the hallway and fucking yelled so fucking loud. I'd bet money on.
Yeah, many other crazy teams might try and do that. Maybe not so much Astralis. And I just think that's really interesting and shows that, you know, even they are evolving the game, I think, to some extent.
Look at this. Dude, it's like every round they're doing 60 damage with an HE.
Yeah, you can't escape it.
The argument there, Anders, or like the point to take away from that maybe is that it just makes it even more powerful when Astralis decide. Oh, yeah. So you're just never expecting it. And then it's like, oh, wait, hold on, they forced. You know, that's nicely done here. Good anti-eco round coming in from Astralis. 9-4 on the CT side, looking better and better, Astralis. Now we're going to get that full buy. Now we're going to get everything, and I expect to see the full protocol coming in on Banana here with the nades from Astralis at this point. Just obliterate Vitality. If Apex is going to try and keep pushing up here to make plays,
yeah, I was about to say that sounds like a very,
because we really
very
good
prediction.
All that much activity, Banana. No, it's not that at all. Wait. No, Glaive is going mid, okay.
It's just so interesting, because you're right. The fact that they keep having this banana control and are allowed to get it this much. Ooh, but not this time. He tried to jump. The device will pick them right out. But normally you would love that on the T side. It would give you a lot of options to work with, and it's not what we're seeing flashed in. Sit was flashed as well, but I guess that doesn't even matter. lining up the kill against RPK, who's also had a very, very tough map so far. Nivira gets tagged to the wall. This is looking so dominant for Astralis. Vitality. Imagine the mental reset that is going to be required for them to get back into the second half. Because by all rights, they should have at the very
honestly,
least had 5,
it's looking
maybe 6 rounds
11-4
because of you know, that force-up situation. Oh man, it's so interesting.
Yes. I'm giggling because I'm looking at the utility damage. 200 for Glaive, 158 for Zipnix, 196 for Device, 100. The only guy who's slacking is Magus, 82. Come on, dude, pick up the pace a little bit.
Listen,
Except the top guy on Vitality has got 64. Masuda's got 3.
He got the double nade.
They've all got nothing on. There's no nade damage coming in from Vitality. Astralis don't even need to shoot you anymore. They can just blow you up with grenades.
It's very effective. Device covering the corner here. They have some smokes. I mean, they could try and block him out, but that'll also signal that they're coming. So it's, there's no perfect way to do it at this point in time. You don't have the time for it. You certainly don't have the manpower. And there's another grenade. Cyber in a 1 versus 5, and he's going to go down 10-4 in favor of Astralis. What a painful... I mean, again, the fact that Vitality just absolutely beat them up on Overpass was so cool and so impressive, but Astralis just look completely unfazed. They don't care. They're back, ready to fight, ready to win and get that spot in the grand final.
Yes, that's so worth mentioning, Anders. 600 grand for first place in this tournament, and you're 1 match away now. You're 1 half away, pretty much, Astralis, from securing at least a chance at that in the grand finals. And those will be coming up tomorrow night. I mean, if you are tuning in,
either of these teams, right, would be considered a favorite going into the grand final. You know, so whoever gets there, it's going to be real interesting. Ooh, Dupree trying to spray through, and Device. He was in middle, so everyone was focused on that balcony. As soon as that gunfight breaks out, it's unbelievable what's happening here. They are just picking them apart down.
Damn, crazy. The round that Zaiwu won, well, not single-handedly, but the one I was going crazy about, that shit doesn't happen. Valorant doesn't happen. Game's too good.
Astralis just establishing themselves as a top team on Inferno in 2021 as well already.
They're making a very good case for it.
Just cut to the chase. Inferno is our map. And right now, I mean, they are just looking absolutely fantastic. Device, once again, holding arch side, got that lock. RPK can get in here. There's no flashes, though, to help, so they have to do it dry.
Device lining them up. Not quite a 2-for-1, but Masuta, he's forced into Magus, and that will be 11-4 in the first half in favor of Astralis, who are now just 5 rounds away from taking
the blast. Vex's like. Can they sub in at half? Oh. Fuck off, Danes. Don't think it's gonna happen, dude. They just got 11 forward on T. More and more Apex. Why does it look like he has no teeth? With the shitty premiere. Wait, Navi lost yesterday? It's Navi versus Liquid next? Good lord. My god, this is nonstop. Alright. Fair enough. Fair enough. Damn. Where do I see the bracket? Meow. 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 Ice and cold, baby girl. Meow, cuz. For that info. For that info. Bracket, you bitch. We already discussed that situation. Alright. Bracket. Hey, the bracket. Not quite yet. I can't intake info. Here it is. Okay. Okay, winner of this is in the final. Whereas the loser plays the winner of the Team Liquid Navi. So regardless, we're seeing more Astralis. That's crazy. Or Vitality, excuse me. Yeah, we missing pistols, though.
And that's the A-bomb site.
Like, they're not going to get completely fucking nerfed, bro.
ZywOo from Astralis.
Vitality's done.
With 22 frags,
Yeah, it's game over.
And
Team, I'm sorry.
Shots right there. He sees that pinch coming as well.
Yeah.
He is so good. And he was doing a lot of the work as well on these maps. I mean, dupreeh has been a standout player so far for Astralis. But now let's see if they can pull this off. Apex and ZywOo, the raid boss is still alive, Anders.
And the raid boss is still alive.
Keeps saying that, and it keeps happening anyway. He's essentially walking into a three-way crossfire. His teammate is dead on the other side. Apex got shut down, and they're just hiding from him out in the open, and he does not get the chance here. So, 12 on the side of Astralis.
Look at how careful they play around him, though, in that sort of scenario.
Oh, yeah.
Knowing that it's ZywOo alive. Do you think that he has that same presence as Kenny in his prime did, where players are saying, like, I've never been scared of a player until I played against Kenny, and he scares me?
I'm sure that there is that feeling where, you know, you hope you should probably not check the scoreboard, but if you do anyway out of, you know, just a
and
reaction.
it's like, oh, it's ZywOo, you know, just don't peek ZywOo. Whatever you do, don't peek him.
I think there are a few players like that in the world where that is what happens. Now, I will say this though.
Bro, dupreeh is 22 and 8.
That actually was not. It looked like maybe that was sort of a big margin win there. Like Astralis would have always won that round.
Dude, this nade stuff is actually getting out of hand.
And it had to be Apex.
They have got this map so dialed in, Astralis, with their HEs. It's actually stupid.
But I just want to point out.
He said it's actually
Nivir
stupid.
just gets the kill there on Arch, and he doesn't get caught if he falls back.
Hey.
This is a completely different round, and suddenly Astralis, because they're not going to chase him forever, and the two people at Arch that pushed in that got killed by dupreeh don't have to do that.
To figure out how to
Nivir's
sync
falling back,
snap
it's all fine.
camera
They can fall
with
back as well,
my,
and suddenly it's a 4 and 5, and everything is stabilized. So I think it's much closer than maybe that looked like. It was just, again, the trouble is they're so close when it breaks out that you just have to win so many fights. They're going to find an empty bomb site, which is fine.
Yep. perfectly fine as far as Astralis are concerned. And Vitality, they went for that gamble. We've seen this as the new strategy. I mean, it's a common strategy, let's say. If you feel like it, you stack on one side and you just try and save whatever utility you have, whatever you've invested into this round.
How you doing, big bad boat?
Dupree's not going to allow that, though. He is going to find Masuda in the open and take him down long range with that MAC-10.
I'm sorry.
Just
Vitality are going to have to beat another team to get their chance to play Astralis again.
To take these guns off of them.
Yeah, kind of agree.
Don't lose the AK.
Definitely don't lose the AK, but this is also maybe a bit of a way to keep the pressure. I mean, this is
Dylan, we're step by step. This is one of the best channels on Twitch. Surely have.
Dude,
not
Astralis are fixing to have... Oh, okay. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Anything is possible. But they are setting themselves up to have a 10-round lead.
Listen, after that Deagle madness on Overpass, I'm not getting ahead of myself on anything.
Exactly.
No more. Double nade top mid in case there was going to be a crazy rush. We have some Deagles in play and a tower of them over here. They're going to get immediately pushed back. And yeah, Glaive not wanting to hang around, but realistically, barring anything mad, this should be 14-4, and then Vitality will have to go on something that feels like a 12-round in a row comeback, just not dropping anything, just completely clean. There's absolutely no evidence or nothing to suggest that that's going to be happening. You just don't see it in their play right now. So if it does happen, it'll be all the more surprising. We'll be excited to see it. Masuta getting a headshot there on Dupree. It's a pretty decent start, but he does end up alone as his teammates run down middle to get caught. The bomb is far away for no apparent reason.
How do you think Shoxy feels right now? Is it like validation? You know, this is what you get for benching me?
I actually think, yeah,
because I mean, obviously he does it.
Shock should have been playing.
Yeah, that's it. You bet your quota. Now it's time to...
It's in his contract.
Everybody gets a trophy. Everybody needs to get their kills. Shoxy, that's enough for you.
I actually think this is the closest thing you could do to sort of put Shox in a living hell. Because he's already a player. I know this from talking to him many years ago, that already, you know, whenever he's dead in a round, we'll look at his teammates and think, man, if only I could have played that scenario, you know, I could. Now that's what it's like for him all the time on this map. I can't even imagine. I mean, I wouldn't rule it out that Shox eventually is going to just, you know, push one of these guys out of their chair and just, you know, say, you know what? Forget what we've planned. Daddy's back. Yeah, so they're going to have... I mean...
Yeah, look at
utility
the utility damage.
285
from Device. I was wondering if somebody was going to crack 300. Like, that is so stupid.
Yeah. I don't even mind the Masutra and Nivira. You know, sort of the swap pairing between those two, I think is fine. I have no objection to it at all. But there's no doubt that it looks a little bit strange with Shox out of the mix. Nivira, that's a nice boost, a nice flick, taking down Device, and this is absolutely the last chance for Vitality to do anything in this series. We are going to have to do something great out of them. Masuta, the spray, it does not quite connect. Glaive stays alive for a second longer. Apex getting the roll in there. And RPK actually through the side of the building to take down Dupree. Now it's Magus and Sip left. 2 versus 4. And they can just relax here. Vitality, this is where you want to fall back to the fundamental stuff. Never give them a chance, especially with Sip alive. Just don't do it.
Well, there's a focus on the Shoxy discussion, obviously, but you know, Apex that's his 3rd kill, and that's RPK's 4th kill so far this map.
They've really been completely absent.
Yeah,
they've been ass.
It can't just be ZywOo, the driving engine, you know, making everything happen here for the team. ZywOo is ZywOo, but we need the rest of this team to wake up here on Vitality's side.
Magus is fighting out towards Banana. Apex. He's got the right idea. Does crouch right under, but it's still fine. It's still just some good info. Magus gets the bomb, and he's making his way out there.
Nutted on G2.
They're really far apart. It's going to be, you know, both the members of Vitality doing a lot here. And it comes to nothing. ZywOo will take down Magus. That's a beautiful flashbang to set it up with. And there's nothing Sip could do. Again, they're going to go fight him. They don't really have to. They could just leave him alone here. So, yeah, 10 seconds. He's also boxed in, trying to make a bit of an escape. Ooh, he just gets down with the flashbang. They were looking at that from top mid, including the AWP there on Nivira, but He'll make it out. He'll save the AK. Good round. Solid round.
Liquid,
I love it from Vitality.
16-6 Navi.
Now this round.
What?
And Glaive can drop for Dupree, and we have a fully bought up Astralis. So actually him backing off and saving that AK turns out to be a pretty big play on his part. It's still very early days right now from Vitality in terms of just saying like, oh, this is what they need to do. They kind of need to do everything right now. So it's a tough one. You know, they what's the meme? You know, they just need to improve their nades, their crosshair placement, their trigger squid. You know, like, just keep it and click heads.
Just do about 200% better in every department, and it's going to be
Such a good. Anything.
We've seen crazy comebacks before, Anders. Worse ones than these. It is possible. It is always possible. And these are the top 2 teams in the world. So if any of them is going to be able to pull it off, it's going to be one of these 2 teams. Now, Vitality, they've got veteran players here. They should be capable of keeping their cool.
This is getting dangerous. They're actually right on the other side. They're going to push out. They wanted to surprise them. Cyrus gets a double anyway. That could have been the end of the round right then and there. If he just gets traded, there's nothing they could do. Now, Apex, he's going to get smoked off. I don't know if he can catch anyone for the smoke. He's actually thinking about running through. He's got no backup here, and he still gets a kill. I mean, that hard to say if it's worth it or not, but certainly better than going straight down. So 2-on-2 for the Afterplant, and Vitality should absolutely go for this. I mean, otherwise, you're never going to make it back here. They have a couple of grenades. They have a kit as well. But yeah, it might just all come down to this. They're not going to have a lot to fight with after it. So, Astralis, Sip, and Dupree. What a battle. And their Molotov goes in. So now
It's
they
Dupree
can't even make
and
it through. They've
Zipex.
already been burned. This might actually,
It's-
the retake might
it's 80
almost already
it's
be done
80.
with here. They've been slowed down. More grenades right on top. It's so disgusting, isn't it? And RPK, he can't do anything there. Double kill for Sip. 15 rounds for Astralis. A single round
That's
away from
insane.
the grand finals.
I can't. It's actually outrageous, Anders, how good they are with grenades, Astralis. Those 2 are running in, and they take so much damage before they even see anybody. Incendiary, HE, just so much punishment. And yeah, the reaction there, the little eye blink from Misuda says it all. What can you do? You are getting battered. And this is the 3rd map, match point, 10 of them for Astralis. 15-5, and they're sitting pretty.
More grenades. They ran right into that. That was, 150 damage or something.
It's over.
Across 2 players.
It's over.
With just the HE.
This is a statement, Anders. I mean, Astralis.
Yeah. The remaining players in this round on Vitality, 16, 20, 25, they have 1 kill more than Dupree. Alone. Device has 21.
Played this particular if you just replayed Inferno in 5 days,
Stupid.
I would
Stupid.
not rule it out that Vitality would flip the sides and just shut them down. I just really think the rivalry between these 2 teams is one of the best we have in global offensive, and I think almost
Vitality is gonna run through whoever. I mean, just this game, the next one, and the 2 tomorrow have so much talent. In all the servers. Insane.
in mid. So theoretically, they could get caught and run out of time. It's not looking likely. They're all rotating through CT spawn. Forget the theory. 30 seconds on the clock, and
Just go away.
Over.
Sip is even. I think he heard them. He heard them run out. So yeah, they might.
You got 20 seconds, boys. Magisk is still sitting in B, but now they've actually made themselves this very difficult for them. Look at this. Device is going to get caught. RPK and Misudo are here. 15 seconds on the clock for Astralis.
Magisk is really deep in. They don't know that he's up this close. 9 seconds left, and there's no one to stop the bomb from going down. So, yeah, that looked really odd, but maybe it won't even matter at the end.
They were so confident. They were just like, we got this. It's fine.
Well, confidence. I mean, why would they not be? They've done everything right on this map. This has been such a power performance out of the Danish side. Misuta goes down. Nivira, the last one, and Astralis. I mean, they're going to be the first team in the grand final. Nivira going to be found 16-5. It took all 3 maps, but we have found our first finalist right here, and they definitely deserve it.
Dominant. Okay, well.
Apex showing it all there. Not happy one bit with the decision made here.
Okay, first of all, I don't know why you do that. He is funny, but imagine hurting your hand before tomorrow's game, where you could still win a ton of money, even if you are in the consolidation finals.
And Macedo and Nevera, and it's not a knock on them. It's just perhaps it was a little bit too much change given Shoxy's form. Certain decisions, and this is the sort of learning curve that Vitality are going to be in. They're a team that are actually trying to make the sub model work.
Yeah,
and they're figuring it out. They're going to be some growth.
And then Vitality would have to play 2 to win.
What happens if you start messing with me? They don't know, obviously, and we don't know. And maybe one map, I mean, we can't say everything. Like, we have to need more data, basically, on the team to do that. But at this time, it looked rough, didn't it?
Well, Astralis are up 2-1 in the best of 3 of best of 3s.
Yeah.
So, but there's still a chance, because this was an upper bracket match.
I know.
They aren't out of this yet, Vitality. They can still go on to fight. And actually, that's Liquid versus Na'Vi.
Yeah, that is
determine who they're going to play up against.
Yeah, that best of 3 is coming up right after the desk. You guys must have been loving this.
Astralis don't. Some teams have bubbled themselves in their own facilities. So like Team Liquid, who's an NA team, they're all in Europe. Furia, I think, is all in Europe. G2 is all in Europe. So they're all housed together. They're all bubbled. I think they're doing it smart, better than non-LAN, but some teams are still doing it. Na'Vi is non-LAN. Well, non-LAN being fucking... it's still... Oh, the commentators? Yeah, I think they have to quarantine and bubble. I don't like these commentators. ESL has so much... Machine on his own is a better commentator than, well, the American guy with the glasses, I think, is good. Just listening to. But the rest of them are very bad. I like that Australian guy. Yeah, Thorn's good, but he doesn't really commentate.
Position as another! Oh my goodness, Santoris!
There it is. He's got so many players.
Arm with the doubles up.
Starych czasów, gdy
Difficult task. They're all trained on the box holes.
Guys, they're my favorite.
Kill here. I know it's simple, but this is a very difficult task. They're all trained on the box holes. There is a chance for a flank refresh, is looking towards that now, but even still, how does he find a timing on this?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No way! He gets 2 of them and he spots the third! He hits it! Refresh loses his head and I lose my mind!
How does he?
That call alone is so good. Says Fresh loses his head and I mind.
Co się stało? Jakim cudem on to wygrał? Ja nie mam zielonego pojęcia.
I'd be impressed if he even gets a kill here. I know it's simple, but this is a very difficult task. They're all trained on the box holes. There is a chance for a flank refresh, is looking towards that now, but even still, how does he find a timing on this?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No way! He gets 2 of them, and he spots the third! He hits it! Refresh loses his head, and I lose my mind!
How? How? How?
Time ticking away. Over half gone now. We are starting to see the first CT presence on that. It's Misuta to try and fake it out. And on the side stick, oh no! Oh, he's got his knife, and he's slashing, he's gashing, he's got it. On the bomb again, he's trying again, and he gets him! Shoxy with a blade in his back, and Sticko's trying to clutch it!
I think we got our power play winner, boys.
We have. Call that one down. Don't even have the option in there anymore.
Trying to prime the flashbang for the Heaven Peak, and, well...
Lining up for a double there, but it's not getting in.
But the rotation's already there.
Young Obo.
These guys are the best commentators.
Young Obo.
This would be a huge clutch. And they kind of need it. Well, they more than kind of need it.
They are kind of walking into his domain. That is the first and the second. Oh! No way! Obo delivers an ace clutch. The babyface killer pulls complexity back into the realms of reality. Making it all the more difficult for Frozen now as he's been spotted, I think, just before the flash pop. Dupree can molly him. Dark's about
Frozen's
to get
a
very
god.
hot.
Frozen's a god.
Nearly lines him up.
Uh-oh, Chris J is about
it's
to
not
go.
a plan for you, but you've been having such a performance. You got anything more for me? Nades. And another. Trying to evade it. Oh, Chris J's just popping off. He needs one more and he takes it by force. Chris J will not go down. But with a whimper, Astralis are shut down by the Netherlands representative. That's crazy stuff. Can we see that again, please?
Yeah, and there's only so long. Holy a lot less. And do like to the
burning just on Liaz does return.
Mouse Sports, they needed a hero, and of course, it's Chris J to deliver.
Liaz does return, though. Grat's in such a prime position, but now he's been spotted. He's burning just on JKS. Is anyone on the bomb? They've got a kit. Oh, the transfer! It's all 3! JKS is savage. Justin is savage. That's a triple, and that is the 7th for the 100 Thieves. Good grief.
Looking for a little bit more here, and once again, look over the...
5 seconds left.
Still gonna come out for the team.
What is that, Tessus? The man's insane. He's head.
Really going to be enough. It's hard to say right now.
Machine does.
Ruined them.
A player completely incredible.
Shocks come rough. He's off tag. A bit more patient. You double peek him alive. Because he will punish you. Storm's Eye Will comes in and leaves nothing but carnage in his wake. That's outrageous.
The Australian guy. Yep, Sponge. These idiots still talk. I don't like those casters. They really rub me the wrong way.
Absolutely, and here comes the first exchange now. Lucy to step up, gets the first kill, but can't find the second now. JDM, AWP on site, we know he can step up. Gotta find RPK first, can't hit the shot. Getting pincered from both sides now. It's gonna be screen, surely to finish things off, but it's a nice go! And it's two of them to win the round as well. Liquid, 6 in a row. JDM, what a play! That's massive. Players aren't going in for a straight on B rush. CTs don't really have anything to hold it off, or do they? Nico, all of a sudden, double USB headshot there. Make it a triple! How has this happened? Long
Fine.
Birchall, you had a belief. You have doubted for so long. You know, you've often predicted against the Renegades. Usually. This event, you felt like they could do it. There was belief.
I got one thing to say, Alex. I only have one thing to say.
What's... Oh, dear.
No. Security. What is this? There's Liquid inside the shoot. What is coming next? What's coming next? This is outrageous.
Amazing.
Incredible scenes.
Are off to the semi-finals. Chad's off to celebrate with them. I guess we'll have to operate with a 3-man desk. I'll tidy up all of this mess.
This is exactly what we were talking about. Lekra and Forest not even activated just yet, and the AK in hand. No damage done by Reds, but he is done enough here. Simple and Flamey now have to find a way to win this round, but there could be CTs anywhere.
Missed the mark. At this point, Simple may just want to take some CTs out so they're not able to pick more weapons up. Oh my god, that's ridiculous from Simple! How on earth has he done that? 1 versus 3.
A ton of time. It means, though, that Simple with a CZ is the man that has to clutch it. So even though he's planted this down, if he had an AK, I might give him a shout in this. He only has the CZ. He's got to nail Rain. He's got to get the gun. Now that he's got the gun, and with Guardian on 6 HP, this could be brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely could be. The fact he's found that kill, now he has armor and the bomb down. He does have somewhat of an advantage here. The CT's not playing together. Look at Guardian's HP. This could all fall apart for FaZe.
Guardian reveals that he's coming from Ivy. Low HP. Easy from Simple! And he nails Nico!
Bruh. Can't wait for the first crowd
Breezy with
event,
one.
dude.
Q's
So
in
good.
Cirque for the other. Wants to do what he can, but Ethan. This is an incredible retake so far. Zeus with only 1, but it is Simple left alive. Wasn't capable last time. This time he might be!
Oh my! Right now, he's the in-game leader, and that's probably going to stay for that, you know, for the next couple of months. But as we spoke about already, we do believe that Fallen will take over at some point. So if you can activate Stewie 2K, you can get at least back on the level he were at, you know, last year and the year before that. There's still so much untapped potential within Team Liquid, and already now, as you said, they're playing at a very high level. So sure, as of right now, hitting into this matchup, there's a chance they could win. But for the future, it's looking very, very bright for Liquid.
Well, we've been talking about Nasty Naf quite a lot here, right? And what he's been able to deliver, what he's been able to achieve. This man has been able to, like, I'd say push the limits again to what we normally see from him. And I don't know the full reasons as to why just yet.
We're not exactly sure. I think one side of it can be that Twister's role, some of them fit very well for Naf. I have the A-Apps position on Inferno, for example, where a player like Naf, with his game sense, can activate into the later stages of the round, which is what he likes. But I just want to point out for a second that Naf has one of the most complete skill set that we can have in Counter-Strike. When you think about it, right? He can play with the pistol. He's very good with the rifle. He is skilled. He is clever. He can clutch. He can close the rounds. He can play with the Deagle, as we see. So when he's activated, that's not always the case. But when he is, he's one of the scariest player we can find.
He is one of the scariest players we can find. And like you said, he's a complete player for sure. And one you can always rely on to at least get a few kills. But now he's been getting a lot more. So maybe Stewie can tell us some more about what's gone on with this man.
I also wanted to ask about Naf as well, because in your latest matchup versus Evil Geniuses, he looked absolutely stellar as a player. So he said that he was just playing with a little bit more confidence, but has there been anything else that the team have been doing to kind of set him up for this success? Do you feel like he's been given a little bit more room in the team now?
To be honest, I don't think anything's changed for Naf. I know he swapped a couple positions here and there, but I think Naf is just a player who, he doesn't speak as much, but he knows how to play off his teammates really well. So if you have an idea on what you want to do, he can plug it in very quickly. And I think now that we have, you know, a lot of players that know what to do individually and how to compensate for the teammates, I think he just feels a lot more comfortable and he doesn't feel that pressure where he needs to help his teammates all the time.
Now, of course, we're going to be coming into a rematch as you go up against Na'Vi, who you've already beaten once this tournament, but it seems like they found a little bit more momentum coming into the later stages. So what are you thinking of their form that they've shown lately at the Global Finals?
I guess when they played against us the first time, they didn't know what to expect just because we had Fallen and we had a different game plan. So I think they were just kind of feeling it out in the match, and I think they had a very slow start in the series, so we kind of took advantage of that, but we're pretty sure that this time around they're going to come with a little more force, but at the same time, we're not really underestimating them. We're going to try to prepare the best we can, and we're just going to play our game, and hopefully it goes our way.
And I think that's key there, Stewie, to make sure you don't underestimate a Na'Vi who can quickly change the tempo at any given moment.
You never underestimate Na'Vi. That is not a good idea. It can end up horribly wrong. I just want to bounce back on a point that Stewie made during the interview, right? The fact that Naf has the ability to take a call from his teammate and act on it, right? Yeah. Get the information and find a plan. I think that could be a byproduct of Fallen coming into the communication as well, because we had a couple of examples during the event where the communication was very clear, very strict by Fallen. Look, let's do this. I'll give you a smoke, dot air. And then I think that Naf has the ability to hear that information and act on it, find the kill and find the movement.
Well, that's one thing he needs to do when he's going up against the Na'Vi, who quickly turned back into the Na'Vi we love to see, but we just don't often see it enough, Pim.
No, it was fantastic yesterday, let's be honest. What Na'Vi produced in terms of level of Counter-Strike yesterday was some of the greatest Na'Vi we've seen in 21, I guess. And it's quite a short year.
The whole year.
It makes sense,
Whoa,
right? 'Cause
so much time.
So much time. They started out relatively slow. As Stewie 2K also alert to in this interview that they were not looking good in the first game. They were not even looking good in the second game. But yesterday, they were playing hearts out. Some of the best Counter-Strike Na'Vi can play. Gave me a little bit of the vibe of Katowice last year when they also all of a sudden turned up in the group stages, went through the playoff and looked like the best team to ever play Counter-Strike. Boomich is playing well right now. Flamey had impact yesterday. Electronic is out there. Symbol, of course, is out there. And Perfecto found impact. So I just mentioned all 5 players from Na'Vi. And when you have a unit like that, well, you can compare them to Astralis, you can compare them to Vitality. If Na'Vi can find some sort of, I hate to say it, consistency within their lineup, right?
Wow, really?
Consistency within the gameplay, then Na'Vi can be the best team in the world. As you said, James, we don't see it often.
Look, you talk about Boomich, and I'm going to say something that's going to sound strange, but hear me out.
Okay.
In a world where Simple always performs, I feel like Na'Vi could be Boomich dependent right now. That's what that's what's happening in front of our own eyes during this event. Boomich has a 1.43 rating in entry kill. He's made a whole lot of difference against G2. He was very impactful. Now, if you look at Na'Vi, you look at their CT side, their 4v5, 13% win rate. 13% win rate of their 4v5, which basically means if they get the first loss, first death, they are in a world of trouble. So if that's the case, and you have Boomich finding all these entry kills, he's the man to make the difference. Because granted, Simple's always going to be great. That's part of having the second or one of the best players in the world in your team. But if Boomich doesn't show up, could be a bit empty.
Well, that stat line also tells me, right, you said 13% is the fact that they're not good at fighting from behind. They don't have that team play like Vitality, like Astralis, maybe even like Liquid, right? It's very tough for Simple and Electronic, even though they're some of the best players in the world, to fight back from being 4 against 5. So that's a problem. I think you're right. They ride or die with Boomich, they ride or die with the opening duels.
Well, let's see what Boomich is thinking about this one, because we know a rematch is always one that you want to get revenge on, but is it going to be possible?
Of course, it is going to be a rematch going up against Team Liquid today. As you said, you weren't too sure what Fallen would be bringing to the table the first time you faced them. So what were the biggest learnings for you coming off that loss against Liquid?
We have more information right now after first game, how they're playing and what Fallen brings to the team. So today we feel more prepared. So we will see how it works now.
Can you let me know the biggest change that we're going to see from Na'Vi coming up to face Liquid again to make sure that you don't take another loss from them?
Today we're really hungry for this game because we want to do the revenge, and like I said before, we have more information how they're playing because now we can watch demos. So I think we can easily destroy them right now.
We can easily destroy them with a little laugh at the end. That's some boomer, boomer, yay we want to see. Whether we're going to get it is a whole nother thing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what Boomer Boomer yeah is, James, to be quite honest. But if he continues to play...
How do you not know the meme?
I don't know, James. I'm just not that much into the CIS region as you are. We've seen that in the green room. We see it all the time. You guys should go follow him on VK, I believe it is. You're all over the place.
You learned him, pimp.
But let's be honest, right? If Boomich is having a great game today, Na'Vi, they have a great shot at running over Team Liquid. Because I think there's a point to be made here, as Boomich also alert to. They didn't really know what came with Team Liquid when fallen, and they played them the first time. Now they can be somewhat ready, right? There's still some wiggle room in terms of the veto. Maybe it's going to be a different map set this time around. We don't know yet. But if you're Boomich, if you're Na'Vi, you're more prepared now than you were last time. And as we would know with Na'Vi, they always get better game by game by game.
Especially on one of these lower bracket runs. Now, getting into this veto, we saw Inferno, Nuke, and Dust 2, but we never got to Dust 2 last time. Maniac, what do you expect this time?
I mean, it could be the same maps. I think the first ban wave is going to be exactly the same. It's going to be Train, and it should be Vertigo being removed exactly now. When it comes to picks, I think Liquid have a little bit more wiggle room. They could go for Inferno or Mirage. I think both these maps make sense. If they pick a different one, that would be a surprise for me. These are maps that are at the bottom of the pit for Na'Vi in general. So again, I'd say Mirage or Inferno. They're going to stick with Inferno. Then for Na'Vi, it's either or. Either they stay with Nuke, which has been their most pick map during the event, and we have seen live in front of our eyes, it was a huge clash with Liquid, but they stick to their gun with Nuke, or they change things up and they go for a map that
he's
we don't
self-conscious about his ears.
Stick with the Nuke pick. I'm not going to go on a Wild Rift. It's going to be Nuke again. So the map maps are being the same. And as for the third map, I mean, Overpass Dust 2 are 2 maps where they could handshake on it. That's our middle of the pack. So now it's actually Navi who's got a choice. Do you want a Dust 2 or one Overpass? Do you try and push Liquid onto a more tactical map, or do you use the wild individuals you have?
I think they'd be happy with Dust 2. I think Navi, knowing their history as well, they used to be one of the teams picking Dust 2 all the time. They should be fairly comfortable with a Dust 2. So we get the exact same map pool again. It makes sense also when you consider how the first matchup played out, right? Because Liquid on Nuke, they got off to a 10-0 start, but it was still a 16-14 game. Without that insane start from Team Liquid, Navi would most likely have won that map. So if you're Navi, you feel relatively comfortable with this map pool. I don't think there was a big change for them to change the map pool, to be honest. Whereas for Liquid, as you said, there was 2 routes to go, but they stick to the same map. So they want to play the same game once again and beat Navi for 2 times in a row.
Now, when it comes to this, though, right, when it comes to Inferno, last time it did not go so strong for him. Navi again will field Bit, who hasn't hit them numbers that we normally like to see him hit.
Yes, you're right, James, and I hate to really bag on like a new kid on the block and be too harsh on him. But the truth is, he hasn't been enough. He hasn't been sufficient for the highest level so far. Granted, he's had a couple of flashy plays, and you could feel that mechanically speaking, he's interesting, he's promising. But for the top level,
I've never seen Bit play.
Much. But think about the caliber of opponents he got to go against. We're talking about the Astralis, we're talking about the Vitality, we're talking about Liquid. Come on, let's give him a break. Like, ease him into the top level.
He has had a trial by fire, to say the least, for sure. But one thing here is this Navi has still been able to take wins on Inferno with him.
Yeah, because I don't think he's that influential in the sense that he's not going to be a liability. As long as he just plays somewhat decent, he's going to be good enough to let Simple,
Boomich is awesome.
And Boomich, for that matter, do that job. And that's always been the case with Navi, right? These stats you see on your screen right here, they're not good enough. And I want to be completely honest with you out there as well. It's not that we want to back on him. It's not that we want to say that he's bad. He could be for the future a star. We don't know. But as of right now, he's simply not performing well enough. That is also a testament to the concept, right, of having a 6-man player. Even though he's not performing, even though the Flame is probably sitting out there thinking, I could do better right now on Inferno, they've been practicing with Bit on Inferno, so you don't change. You simply can't change.
Yeah.
I heard Anders and Semler discuss, after the Shocks game with Vitality. Well, there's a conversation to be had. At what point do you bring out Bit and bring back in Flamey? Well, you can do that, but only in an off period, only when you get to practice with Flamey again. So for now, Bit will have to step it up. Otherwise, Navi could be in trouble.
Well, let's see if Navi are going to be in trouble. It's time for you to go and get your popcorn ready, because the rematch is on the cards. It's Navi taking on Team Liquid, and it may have been 2-0 last time, but this Navi has been looking stronger. Can Liquid pull it off again? You'll be finding out with Scrawny and Launders in just a few moments.
I'll see the sunlight hitting me. It's so gorgeous. Coronavirus. Gamer fueled.
I'm throwing a flashbang. Grenade.
This play is very nice.
Flashbang out. Grenade out. I'm throwing smoke.
That boy lucky he didn't die. New plays. It's silver and I'm playing on stretch now. How did I not see that other guy there? He used to. Ask him about it. Now he plays League. Now this whole time I'm trying to set my stream back up. This was from last night.
We grow stronger.
That's all I wanted to share. Putin, I'm not playing with you. The whole time I'm trying to fix my fucking stream. The whole time, fellas.
Opened up my phone. Oh, message. Who? Moses? I opened the message.
It's
It
Mo.
was just a picture of my pick.
EG pick. We both picked it. It's a regret. Maybe I should have just waited to see what you picked so I could have picked the opposite. But yeah, they had a good head-to-head. It's definitely an improved Liquid, and I think definitely Liquid's Inferno improved. I think what we're about to see is two teams who think they're good at Inferno, but they're not.
Okay, that's fair.
And even Fallen, okay, on MIBR, they were never that good on Inferno. They just thought they were. They always picked it, but they can't really take down like Vitality or Astralis on this map.
What? Okay.
Even though like they can come close, they do come close, but they just don't. They can never take it over the line. They're just not good enough.
What's wild about Navi's failures on Inferno, I feel like, is that almost like everybody on the outside can kind of
What
see
the fuck was that?
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, we haven't seen them adapt to that.
I addressed Boomich directly in my video today. I said, Boomich, because he actually apparently watched my videos, or like one or two of them or something. I said, Boomich, you're watching this, man? Get info on CT's side of Inferno. I said it. And I think it's one of those things that's just like, you could have that game plan coming into the map, and the reason that you can't pull it into fruition is obviously it's harder than it looks when you start to zone in on your certain spot and you don't think about the entire map, and the fact that the B players have to do their job and the A players have to do their job, and there's lots of communication that goes on.
Oh, theater mode's so nice,
dude. The easiest thing to do is to not communicate and to not try something and to just sit back, and that's why it always happens. So from that perspective, I understand. But of course, Nav, you got to hold them to a high standard. That's all it is. They're just really high up there. Now, the other problem for Navi is that Bit has not been implemented well at all. He's not been performing well. I don't want to blame that on Bit, because I feel like I don't even know what position he plays on this map. It's not as clean cut as it was with Navera, for example, who slotted in nicely. You knew he was always on Arch. Like, with Bit, it feels like he's in a new spot every single round, and I don't even know if they're helping him integrate into the team. So we haven't seen great stats from him. He's rocking like a 54 ADR with like a 10 kill average and like all of the maps they played.
Rough stuff.
It's not great, and I don't want to blame him for it.
Well, this is an interesting position. Elige was up on the railing, and Boomic gets a little bit closer, finds him, takes him down. 5v4 for Na'Vi. Comes back at it, and sure enough, gets the fadeaway headshot into Grim, so this is good. He sees another. Gonna take a couple more shots. The problem with the CZ is that it runs out of bullets pretty quick. He's got 3 bullets left for this entire round.
Tough. Yeah, this is great, doubling up with his teammate to
But he
get
can go grab
info.
that other weapon. Yeah, they're gonna go get it together. Minimize the risk and also maximize the chance at grabbing yet another kill.
Quiet, right? Oh, he'll pick it up. They heard this.
For sure, but Simple, well, he peeks out perfectly from Library.
Like if anyone gets a multi-kill,
headshot in that engagement,
anyone
and
else,
somehow Team Liquid, they just scrambled into the A site. Maybe they can go for this desperate bomb plant, but Electronic's gonna focus in on Stewie and stop that bomb. Na'Vi, no bomb plant given over, and only a single death by Boomic, who picked up those opening 2.
Without looking at the stats, the first time around they played against Liquid, the one thing that stood out the most, well, first, the 2 things with Boomic and Electronic had a really bad map on Inferno. Electronic was really bad in the pit, and, you know, we're talking about top 5 rifler, consistent throughout 2020, you know, first map entering the new year, and just, like, really, really bad start. So, but then after that, Electronic has really stepped up overall. On the desk, they called Boomic maybe the most impactful player on Na'Vi at this whole event, right? So that's a huge step up as well, because you can look at how high the stats have risen. So we already seen a good start here for Boomic. Simple spotting on the archway. They've got the crossfire, and they are crushing. So once again, it looks like it's one of those positions where I'm like, where does Bit go, right? Like sometimes he's arch, sometimes he's lane. Pistol round, he was on B. But he can't be that good that he can do all of that.
Right.
In fact, we've seen the opposite.
Yeah. He's not the everywhere man.
Yeah.
What is this weird
obviously, poor Team
shit
Liquid
with
gets
the
smothered in that
casters
one.
playing
No kills
well?
back the other direction. This leaves Na'Vi in a weird spot. 3 MP9s and an ump. Famas, the most powerful of weapons for Na'Vi in this one.
Yeah, this is a round where you want to take over halls, you want to take banana, you've got all the nades you want, and you don't have the ability to keep distance with anyone. You're not winning any. You're not going to win any round by retaking with guns like these. So the only issue is that because Liquid know they have these guns, you want to try to be inconspicuous about what kind of round you bring to the table. So they could delay some of this aggression, but ultimately, you know, playing back and trying to trade with just MP9s isn't going to be too good. So they've stuck Bit here inside of Cubby. Simple on guard, and Boomic is spotting on banana. And Liquid know that this round should be free, but it could also be such a tragedy if, like, SMGs get 5 kills here. Like, build the money up.
Could be a really bad warning sign of things to potentially come if you're on the side of Liquid. But still no contact. Na'Vi have not shown anything here in the 3rd round.
Such an interesting matchup for both teams.
A peak in the least. Solo B defender, however, for Na'Vi, and sure enough, Team Liquid start heading this direction with heavy numbers. We get that rotate back by Boomic. Now, Perfecto still has 1 smoke, and that would have to be thrown from CT. Team Liquid, they made that compromise. Only 1 AK, tons of Galils, but tons of grenades with it. So let's see if that makes the difference as they come in and commit with the full hit. Boomic, oh, him and Perfecto combining well enough for 3 MP9 kills off of the side of the smoke. That gives the man advantage over. Good banked grenade drops Fallen to 58, and 2
Simple
CTs
is so
round
good.
through construction.
Well, could be kind
That's the crazy thing about this game, is like, you can be great with your aim and all that, but like, you can also be an amazing grenade thrower. Simple is both. People don't forget how good his Elige is going. Fuck. He's going dumb.
And Team Liquid follow through. They just had to get past that initial crossfire of MP9s, and it's smooth sailing.
Yeah, they beat the odds here. Elige somehow doesn't take any damage, though. Neither Bit or Simple even hit him. And that's it. I mean, stays at quad. It's such an important part of the post plant, and with the good guns, they're in a strong spot. But it's still majority deaths. It's still 3 kills that go to the MP9s. There's still a bye here for Na'Vi, so it's a semi-successful bonus round. It's a win for Team Liquid, but it comes at a cost. You have the Galils in play. There's a save on the horizon. If they lose, they've got to be very careful here. And the only thing that they have that's a really nice advantage is the amount of grenades, just the sheer amount of grenades, right? We still have Simple, who doesn't have any. That might give him an edge if the round goes on a little bit longer. Potentially a free frag. That was definitely a peek in by Stewie. Simple falls off all too quickly, thinking that he's playing on lane. That's a good amount of map control for Team Liquid.
Wild to think that the analyst desk, have as a valid point in arguing that Boomich could have been the most impactful. We have seen a few maps where Simple wasn't necessarily needed, or for whatever reason, didn't kind of hit that star-studded form.
Yeah.
But obviously, everybody knows he can. It's just a matter of if tonight's one of those days. Time will tell. As Liquid start to round the long corners, Boomich is posted.
Interesting. I mean, they're going to know about the smoke.
Electronic's going to try to test the side of it. And Stewie's just been left on his own. That's going to be perfect for Electronic. Nobody watching that as Stewie goes for the spam. Now, there is going to be pressure here on Bit and Simple. First op shot strong. And Bit not extending dangerously yet, but Electronic gets killed. Bit will take 2 kills as Boomich finds one over their shoulders. Na'Vi locking down this A site.
What I think is most important to point out here is, look at Electronic. He's sitting on Arch waiting for that smoke to come up, but he can't actually do this if he has to worry about CT spawn. So if Boomich doesn't rotate over from B, he doesn't have the ability to just sit and wait and see what happens on the smoke. He's got to make sure his teammates are safe, that CT doesn't get overrun by T's going through Archway. And so the fact that Boomich makes that rotation and tries to gamble over towards A is really what tips the scales and makes that look so easy.
Boomich is going to get a face full of Liquid. And it's Alish and Fallen. Wow. Combining for 2 kills over on this B site. That is not how the plan is meant to be. Now, the one saving grace was that bomb got dropped back on ramp. And sure enough, it gets stopped a second time. That is the critical turning point. Because if not, that B site's open. Fallen used the weapon to get the additional kill. That's everything. Now Simple, he's still standing. Nice adjustment with that flick. Fallen, he could die to the grenade straight up. It's chip damage on both. Elysian Fallen, the 2 players that combined with lackluster guns to get this round started, have to finish it as well. But they're met by smoke, and that slows things down.
I think they heard that there was 2 players now. But with the time coming off, Fallen's going to make the rotation around. I think this is a threat that they wanted to have in a little bit earlier for Team Liquid, but there is still enough time in the clock to kind of do whatever. So he will make that marathon rotation around through Arch, and Bits just cross to the best spot possible to really hold here. Might be kind of a 50-50, but he has the advantage of the smoke for now. Simple's here watching the flank, and he has got his back covered as well. So that's a punish on Fallen, and yeah, a Hail Mary situation, a perfect 2v4, really. I mean, whoever took leadership in that moment deserves a lot of credit, because they were deliberate, got to their positions fast, and
That's the sunlight on my green screen
as
right there.
Elysian Fallen are coming through with this.
This is insane. These are 2 Glock kills.
Yep.
Yeah,
And it's off of that push that we see Bit and Simple go immediately down middle.
Yeah.
I believe it was Bit who picked up the first kill on the bomb carrier.
Yeah.
And then Simple just joins forces through middle. That definitely could have been a way for Liquid to kickstart a mini comeback.
Yeah.
But they've got a gun round now ahead of them. Still, a 4th round secured by Na'Vi. Surviving a frantic engagement. Stewie versus Boomich. A battle of the IGLs, and it's the North American to walk away with it. Headshot into Boomich and an easy 5v4.
This is interesting. I think they try to make it a bait setup so that if he gets 1 kill, then they whatever, but they're trying to lure him into B, because they have 2 people already rotated, sitting on site.
Perfecto lowered to half his health. So far, this is Stewie's round. He's done everything.
This is interesting. They are coming back here, and Simple, honestly, when Simple rotates, usually he's 100% correct. He's so good at figuring out where to stack, and I think he really just moves of his own volition. They're going to try to punish this peak, but we'll see if they can.
Changed to the frag. A bit of bad timing. Stewie has survived like 4 fistfights at this point. Down to 12 health, now down to 8. Constantly being peppered as they boost Perfecto upwards. Grim's gonna die to that one for free. Now we're equal.
He looked at it.
Come in big, sprays for 2 kills, and Elige now over top of Orange. Simple out through smoke, tapping with the Tech 9, clears the board, and keeps Na'Vi rolling. He is 9-1, and like you said, his own entity throws himself at the B site, and that's the proper call. And then Bit, this was
great
crucial.
spray.
Takes
Great spray.
Getting back with him.
Yeah.
But those were critical kills to allow for Simple to go for a risk, like
Ooh,
pushing through the
yeah,
coffin
right.
smoke.
Look at
Boomich.
Boomich.
Dying early on in the round, and again, that does encourage Liquid to come forward into B. It's a little bit later on, but they stuck to the stack and even reinforced it with Simple. And you know when they go down 4v5, they're willing to take the gamble.
Like,
so
I just want to see Simple play.
Now there are
so
narrow
I am
margins,
rooting
so it
for
feels like
Na'Vi.
Liquid could have won a few of these rounds. So it's not something where you want to say that Na'Vi are out of the water. And
It's
actually,
like I'll
you know, the more
always
excited you get, it's
root
because
for
the more kind of, like,
LeBron
fortunate
to
you
win a
feel in some of these
championship.
situations. So I'm sure.
I'll always root for
Na'Vi
LeBron
guys
to
are
win
not
a
feeling
championship.
comfortable just yet. Now, all this being said, it has been amazing to watch. Like Liquid
What's cool is the
and
Knicks will
Fallen-
never
and
be in
Fallen feel like he's
contention for a
adding
championship
So much value already to
until
the team,
he's like retired.
providing the op, the extra nades, the extra
have
leadership.
that
It feels like
issue.
it's been just the right amount.
Liquid's kind of shit right
Good
now.
addition of clutch factor as well.
They're more
He's
like
won
an
some rounds
interesting
in their series.
thing. They suck. They look
Electronic from the
awful right now.
graveyard stairs. Not going to be too concerned with anything elsewhere. Just
Oh.
focusing on balcony. Pops up, sees Fallen, confirms him on short. 7 bullets is enough to finish the job.
Yeah, this is about as good of a start that you'll ever see.
So
from,
when are they going to talk about the
Navi on
fact
this map.
that
Did you say
Bit
is
is
9-1?
9 and
No, Simple.
Okay.
But Bit is
Settle down now,
9.
but Bit's actually 9-2.
Yeah, Bit's
Okay,
9 and 2.
After that last
You
round.
dumb it.
Definitely his best start so far on the team. For those who don't know, he's only playing on Inferno for now. Gestation period. This is the first time that Na'Vi have ever tried a 6-man lineup, and they kind of just asked Flamey what map he prefers the least, and that was the one that where the substitution happened.
They're dunking on these fools.
But yeah, so far, I mean, yeah, I've been focusing a lot on like what Na'Vi have been doing, but the calls for Liquid are good. They're getting away with a lot of map control. They're not really losing the opening kill too easily. In fact, Stewie's had some success in terms of picking the sites. It's good. They're giving a lot of love to both Bracket and Top Banana. But it feels like Na'Vi are really trusting the reads in a way that's quite dangerous here. They're actually correct again about what might be coming in their direction.
Simple's right on the cusp of a peak. Do it. Imagine.
Imagine.
Throws a frag in response to the smoke, and it's on Grim's head. Not the most fashionable hat.
He didn't see anyone right at the corner, but Simple is staying inside the B site, but Boomich is now turning the corner down B. However, Grim is right here on the left.
Not checked.
Yeah.
That's a big pickup from Grim, especially at the 30-second mark. Creates a little bit of ambiguity.
It's a bit confusing, though, if you're a T. You're like the time versus rotating back.
Is it worth? And then Electronic, well, he wastes no time getting aggressive on short side. Bit drops bomb, dies to Grim, and then Perfecto cuts out with a crucial kill on Stewie. But Elige uses the verticality of the balcony
And here comes
to
Simple.
find the follow-up frag. And that's a big one to get because it keeps the man advantage. We have Simple in a clutch.
Actually drops the op and spawn.
Plays the AUG instead. Simple's the reason Grim's on 45 HP, and this smoke blocks off the pit player, so if Grim doesn't go for a peek here, it's going to take Simple a long time to go digging in those corners, and that flash, perfectly timed. Still Simple gets a bit more damage, but that's a big round from Grim.
Oh man, shout out
From
to it.
eating a grenade at the start to getting 3 kills by the end.
Oh, totally. Speaks to his composure completely. Really nicely done. I actually think that it's actually so rare to see people leave someone on logs these days, or anyone at the bottom banana on an A hit. I mean, usually people are pulling 5 to try to get their entries. What's up?
This out Bit with a notebook.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder what we've got in there. It'd be cool to
That's pretty cool.
Get to see. What if it's just doodles?
Come on, man.
No, that is really cool to see. Okay. We've got Blade calling up something to go over what they should do potentially next. But here, finally, you know, the grind pays off for Liquid. They were already doing pretty well. They just had to remind themselves that, like, the rounds did look good. And then finally they win a round. It's like standard. They go for B control. They go for top A control. No one dies. Then they have to make a decision. They make the right one. They find the entries. So that's good. And yeah, they punish as well with Grim, who ends up being a really important part of the end of the round.
Yeah, getting the kill on Boomich, and then really crucially, I think, wasting no time running over to the A site to trade out that second short kill. Because it looked like it was just going to fizzle out. Maybe Bit falls into the bomb site, but Grim comes sprinting through mid and ensures that that one goes punished. Makes a difference in the end, or else we would have had a Simple versus a Liege 1v1. Incendiary at the feet of Stewie forces him back to Logs alongside Grim.
There's a lot of pressure from both sides. No one likes eating late grenades, you know? So as soon as it goes quiet, you can tell people get very nervous. The T's are a little bit more willing to sponge some of this damage if it means, like, they could get a peek or keep information, which always makes them a scary force to fight with. And now I think they've got kind of let's see what this means for the round. Bit checked his notes. Off into the Cubby setup. This time Simple's not on Arch with him. He's over in pit. But they are coming in his direction. Wow, quietly. Ooh. Very quietly.
Elish goes to check it. Bit can't manage for the second kill, but still, it's an opening. Elish goes to hard clear it. With the lesser weapon, that's a big duel to pick up.
I personally would like to be. Yeah, I'd like to be the CTs here after that kill. Even though it's 4-4.
20 seconds.
Yeah, the time.
Electronic now has vision as the smoke's faded, and Stewie, it didn't even look like he wanted to commit to it. But he gets wrecked, and then Simple inside of the pit is ready for any kind of utility they may throw at him. Electronic's just going to throw himself inside of the site where Grim has a chance to plant.
Oh, he can
Simple
plant.
still alive, and Naf hunts from above. Oh, Simple predicts it, goes for the second peek and misses his shot, but Nafly sure won't. Now it's on Boomich and Perfecto. An even retake. Naf's got a smoke over towards the pit. Boomich runs in. There's Perfecto's impact off the Fomus. But Naf, he's got that bomb somewhat planted for him, and the headshot through the box. Wide swing! And the clutch from the Canadian. It's Team Liquid to a third.
That's dirty. That's the 1v2. Yeah, that's the one to wake you up.
Look at
that's a
Stewie.
beautiful round
Stewie's
from
hype.
Nafly.
Stewie's hype.
And this kill on a Simple as well. He Simple misses the peek back in right here. There's where the punish was supposed to be. You can see he slightly displaced it when he saw Simple go for the shoulder. And leave it to Naf to pull this off. That's beautiful stuff.
Ooh.
Of course, you know, you want to make them think that you're not going to peek, and then you peek when they're strafing out to their next piece of cover. Does that so well. Just pistols. That one breaks the economy of Na'Vi. Now
Really important round.
Yeah, now we've got a real game on our hands.
You could see it too. Liquid Camp, a bit of a pop-off on that. They know they've got an opening here. Two smokes still left for Na'Vi. Turns out Elish is an MP5 user.
Does that change your opinion of him?
I mean, it's Elish. It's hard not to give the man credit. We'll see. We'll see. Versus unarmored players, MP5's pretty slick. Sounds nice.
I hate it too.
Well, P250 gets the better of it. Not that poor Elish ever had a chance.
Wouldn't have happened to an MP7.
Right.
Where is the bomb?
Nobody else at this A site as well for Na'Vi, so matter of time. As long as Liquid follow through here with their hunch, they've got this fourth round in the bag.
Yeah, they claw one back. You know, that's a close one. Like, they need the clutch. They need the Nafly clutch. But, like, overall, like, they look pretty good this half, right? Like, you can see, it's hard to say where the half will go necessarily. Na'Vi's still definitely not playing perfect. So we'll see what the rest of the half has to offer.
Crazy good movement.
And yeah, Fall on the T side, he's got the op for the next round. It's a situation where the op on T side, it's huge when you're in post plant. Before the post plant, it can almost be an Achilles heel. Before the post plant, it can slow you down on your executes. It can really like make it hard to refrag in certain positions. It can be a thing that just burns time off the clock as you're waiting, holding an angle that no one peeks. It's not often that anybody goes for a car peek on CT side. Like, when's the last time you've seen that at this level? It just doesn't happen. So for an op, it can really be a hindrance. But in the post plant, you get the op on quad, or you get the op on pit, or you know, wherever it is, either site pretty much, and it suddenly just swings the odds so heavily in your favor. So that can be a benefit of it. It also comes down to how Simple will play, but he himself cannot afford one. They've got all the utility that they want, but just rifles for Na'Vi. A win here means it's still a very respectable lead, despite a small misstep. Boomich, he's in his favorite position, but they are taking so much damage for this exchange.
Yeah, and that frag grenade from Boomich, which had enough punch to kill either Grim or Stewie, kind of misses the mark. They left so fast as to get away from that.
Yeah, this one's hard to call as well. Looking somewhat happy to gamble. Like, here's a spot where, you know, Na'Vi would benefit greatly from at least trying to get info. Grim could be the guy to punish them one more time, but with an A hit oncoming, you know, certainly they're going to be scared.
These mid-round walk-ups from Liquid.
Oh, bomb comes back.
Been a consistency. There will be no peek for Fallen to punish on that side of the A site. Na'Vi having a faster rotate towards B if needed. Boomich gonna lay down the smoke.
Still 35 seconds, but
they flash through. Perfect flashbang. Stewie still able to get the better of it. That flash lasted so long from Naf.
I think he might have thrown a second one. He threw one, Stewie shot, a second one came as he stayed peaked, and then just totally punished for that.
Because he ate that thing.
That was wicked.
Full white. Perfectly timed. Team Liquid now going to be within one.
Maybe we could double check. It looked like Stewie held his attention for another flash to come in. He definitely ate both, but yeah, that was definitely sick on the way in. Yeah, but here's a spot where, you know, it would have been really beneficial to try to get some more damage off earlier, like find something from. And here's the double stack inside the Molotov.
Fifth round, 4 alive. Liquid very much now sitting in a comfortable position on the T side. Counter-terrorists still reeling back economically from these round losses. So, how the tables have turned.
Yeah, that is the one right there. This is the one that it does them in again. They invest something. I mean, okay, they just level off. Now it's just kind of a scary half-buy situation for Na'Vi. They've got a couple of rifles, utility, and pistols.
Ooh, disrespect. Simple's
I was just thinking about that.
And he's
Probably
almost
never.
got a leash in the body bag, but then he knows he has to do something, and Fallen's going to keep him locked in. Fallen's really good at kind of getting those punishing kills.
Yeah, though, I mean, he had to get the first kill, and then he can make a sequence in ult, but after that, he's just screwed. Like, he knows he can't peek lane at bottom stairs like that. And that's when the op actually helps a lot.
Of course, Electronic, the other M4. And that one's sitting here on the B side.
I think I definitely should be high silver.
Team Liquid, a very tempered pace this evening.
They have been slow, yeah.
Nice and slow.
Sure, for sure.
Do you think that kind of stuff punishes a team like Na'Vi?
I don't know, because Na'Vi just gamble. So, like here's a round where they're supposed to gamble, but it's always scary on the T side. So the fog of war, you've got to make a choice. You can't really get info without sacrificing a player. So that's something that always slows them down. But so far, they haven't been coming to timeout. Like, they've been executing with enough time to spare. We'll see if another comes in right now. So he's got to clear this. And he does get the memo, but Boomich gets a kill and some damage off. There's another player in the site.
Yeah, Grim's on full HP. Perfecto back behind new box. CZ's not going to get that kill, but here's Electronic. Double kill and the third. We get Elige back with a little bit of an answer. Let's see it, Bit. No armor, P250, but a single bullet could get the job done. Elige not quite sure where to look, and with 8 seconds, he tries to commit to this bomb plant. Bit doesn't peek, at least not until that bomb is planted, just barely after the commitment to it. We do have Na'Vi with a robbery of a round, but big play from Electronic. Coming out from Coffins, gunning down the first 2 players to his left, and then finishing off what was the damage from Perfecto.
Yeah, he did play it a little bit scared. He played it a little bit scared, but at the same time, he got the clock down to 5 seconds, so that there was no way Elige could recommit. Made sure that he would have definitely put the bomb down again if he had faked it, and just guaranteed the round. So that's it. So that's well done.
Still peeked him before Elige had time to pull his gun out. So at the end of the day,
That
with the commitment, sure, the money
Russian
slides through.
At his mouth.
But the money's not the issue. Na'Vi just need these rounds. So they'll take one away. We get Simple immediately back into the op. Double AUG set up here for Na'Vi. 3 rounds left to play here in the first half of the first map. Elige challenging within middle. Flashbang blinds him. Bit peeks wide. Could get a second, but instead decides to fall back.
Nice disengage.
Yep. Good discipline. Still plays around with the peek, just trying to gather that information. And he'll have to reposition, but yet again, we get this kind of setup where Boomich moves over into the arches as well. We saw it between Electronic and Boomich, where he was able to take this risk out from Arch, which is exactly what unfolds off the flashbang.
Whoa.
5v3 advantage here for Na'Vi. Naf traded immediately, but such a sickening kill from him. We've got to get that one on the replay. Unfortunately for Naf, it gets shut down right off of the bat, and he is therefore stuck on a single kill. 4 versus 2, 50 seconds up, and Boomich gonna play this close smoke. Sees the legs of Fallen, and the wild spray gives him Grim at an 8th for Na'Vi.
Yeah, scary when we come into the second half. You know, what kind of form that Na'Vi can bring. We'll see. Still not over. It feels like an 8-7 game, but the score is not representing that for now. So a couple of chances here. I like how Liquid are using their entry fraggers. It feels like they're getting off a lot of flash kills. They're able to turn a lot of corners, like Stewie getting his way into B a lot of the times. He's getting the max amount of distance right before the flash comes in, and then is usually successful at getting the frag. Here they finally stop him with a counter flash and a little bit of discipline, as you mentioned, from Bit to fall back. So that's a nice sign for them. But yeah, this Stewie and Elige finding opening kills. It's making a big difference.
Sketchy moment here where if Liquid commit all of this utility, double molly the backside, it's not going to burn anybody out, but they're going to be confidently running with a protocol. And I mean, it's no stretch of the imagination to see a way where Boomich eats a flash, dies, and then an AK's given over. He's feeling the heat, lines up 2 players, only gets 1. Perfecto doubles back as opposed to sticking to Coffins. So looking to prime his team for a retake. At least they've controlled the weapon, so Team Liquid haven't gotten away with an AK to put that as an anchor back sight. Na'Vi absolutely have the edge in this retake. It's just a matter of making it work and making sure nobody goes big from Liquid. Their post plant has fallen, moved back, and Elige hits a pretty quick D because he's burned into the open. Oh, this is getting scary. Simple and Perfecto combined for that peak. Clear close corner. Naf only gets himself 1. Again, these T-pistols, 1 kill after 1 kill. Let's see if Fallen can come in big with a clutch. And no, not gonna happen. Still enough time for the defuse. Na'Vi with a 9th.
I think your fear was totally warranted. Like we saw them play a similar setup where they've let players in. You know, eco or not, if you don't play with info, you're always at risk. It's not even just an Inferno thing. You do this on the A side.
Ooh, champion hoodies. Interesting.
You let them too close. Okay.
The chicken.
you let them too close to the goal line, and they can just trip over. They can get a lucky Tech 9 kill. They can get 1 kill that tumbles on, and it's very, very, very scary. And Boomich does eat that flash. He falls back. He luckily gets away this time. But yeah, it rests on fine margins. Now we're into the 15th round of the half. I don't know how to call this one. We'll see what happens.
Boomich up close. Ooh, almost a second for Stu, but Bit on damage control. Very costly, however. I mean, he's barely alive.
And Bit's playing
very
so well. Yeah, he's definitely playing so much better than we've seen him play.
Top of the scoreboard.
Straight up top of the scoreboard.
He is 16-5.
We've spectated the impact. He hasn't just flown by and gotten these kills quietly.
I don't know what's written in that book.
Yeah,
maybe some kind of devilish incantations.
I want to see these hieroglyphics.
I'm happy to hear they're giving him props. He's
Damn
played
Wizards.
super well.
But listen,
he looks
we've
like
seen
he's
kind
a
of glimpses of
16-year-old
brilliance from
boy.
both teams in this half. We've seen moments where there could have been rounds robbed away for either team as well. So we're just getting a good action-packed adventure so far in the first half of Inferno. It's gonna end though. This is it. 15th round. It's either double digits for Na'Vi or a relatively comfortable 6-9 half from Liquid. 30 seconds remain.
They're shut out on Arch. That bomb is walking into spawn, and we've got Perfecto. Or we've got one player on tree. He's gonna hear this.
Yeah, but that's Bit with the 3 HP. So I mean, a single bullet drops him, and he's gonna get hard cleared. Here's Perfecto, no trade frag. Electronic gets the better of Fallen, and Perfecto peeks into 2 players not prepared. Gets the head of Grim. A 2v2 ensues with enough time for the bomb plant guaranteed. Now the utility here for the retake, single frag on Simple, but look at the players we're talking about for Na'Vi. These are top 5 players of 2020 versus Elysian Naf. Some of NA's best. One over there towards the new box. Naf looking for a chance to peek out. That flash comes out from Elige, but Naf can't make the most of it, and now Simple's crossed over to the barbecue. Naf doubling in from Coffin, good headshot. And now the time becomes a big problem. Electronic's just gonna have to run at this and hope he sticks the landing. If not, Liquid with a 6th. And sure enough, there it is for the North Americans. A 3K from Naf to put him at the top of the scoreboard and leave us wanting more.
No! That was my life, you stole it, you didn't kill me. I'm dead. What? I just went right in front. No. Ah, I'm out of bullets. Yeah.
Sasha's camping in the ring. Got him. Oh, this is your spot. That's your spot.
He's camping. What? He's camping other defense. Oh!
Simple with his coffee.
Yep.
I got him. He's dead. He's
I
dead.
love the man. And he loves his mother and girlfriend very much. It's one of the reasons he stays in playing with Na'Vi. So he can be in the Ukraine.
Whoa.
Exactly. Why you bully me?
Where am I?
No. Freakazoid's such a nerd.
No! That was my life, you stole it, you didn't kill me. Where am I? Oh.
Okay. Damn. Yeah, no.
Oh, no, why did I shoot? Okay. Where did I get shot from?
It's Simple with his troll face. It's amazing.
I got no knife kill and no box kill. I'm disappointed.
Oh my god.
No, Simple saving everybody. I'm taking.
I need those kills.
No. What the hell? Oh, it's GG. There is no chance for a knife kill anymore.
Who the hell is Rush? Who is this man?
Couple multi-kills sprinkled here and there, but all in all, a pretty par for the course first half. Mohan, concerns, criticisms, takeaways of the first 15?
I wanted to ask, like, did you notice, like, how ambitious Bit's role is on this map? Yeah. He's literally everywhere. He's up Banana, Lane, Arch. They had him doing, like, the hardest job possible. No wonder he needed a notebook. Yeah. And he actually worked it out. He's finally found the rhythm. He's figured out literally 3 different spots and how to play them well. And he's put together a really strong half, and now we see why Navi has picked him up.
Yeah.
That was my main takeaway. A real standout game from Bit, finally.
I guess if you're only playing one map, you better know how to play every position.
Yeah, fair enough.
And it seems as though that's worked for the first 15. Let's see what happens once he takes to the offense. We've got a fight down here in Boiler, and they're worried about the mid-peak, but it's Elige with 2 kills. A potential 7th round for Liquid early. They've kept 2 incendiaries, 2 flashbangs. And they've got 4 bodies stacked up towards this A site. Simple's going to go on a bit of a solo adventure, Indiana Jones mode. Trying to find something on Arch, but in the meantime, Elige walks away. Naf hears this. Doesn't want to be the reason that the A site unravels. So he takes it back into the bomb site. There comes one of those incendiaries. Simple walking away from Arch as Elige looked to get back into position. 35 seconds, and they could still leave for B.
Did he see him? I couldn't tell by his movements.
Simples? Yeah, I'm not sure either.
He's like running away from
right when he jumped, if he saw Elige in the Arch.
But I guess
maybe yes.
Either
maybe
way,
no.
yeah. I mean, it's got Elige going back.
Falling inside of the graveyard stairs, gets cracked, and Naf inside sight. Oh, he gets there, knives out, and Simple, he's got himself yet another kill. Switching to the USP with 15 seconds. Oh, maybe, just maybe, had he sprinkled some magic on it, but Elige, he's gonna finish this with a 3K of his own. That's how Naf finished the first half. It's how Elige begins the second, and Team Liquid trail by 2.
I mean, you send Electronic and Bit in the halls to get 1 kill, they better get one, you know? Elige taking out the laundry. Here, he's done both of them in, got away. Final kill as well. And, yeah, it's on Simple, no less. Bomb got stuck up on Cold. Unfortunate for that, but okay, brings the game closer. 2 rounds to go to tie up, which makes this very, very interesting. I was given this one to Liquid before a game starts, like just kind of a free one. Or their Inferno looked good last time. Definitely made some improvements. Fallen has definitely improved their Inferno in some ways. And we've got Nafly taking over some of Twist spots, you know, working halls and stuff, which has actually made a lot of sense when you think about the players. And I think that's worked out quite nicely as well. And now we're in a situation where Navi have a small lead. And we don't know what their T side has to offer, but at least we get the tie up.
Trying to draw players into Stewie.
How are you feeling?
How am I feeling?
Liquid pick.
Man.
Confidence meter.
I just chose Liquid so that Moses wouldn't bully me again.
Got bullied by that bald fraud.
Elige ready to hold the Arch angle, and that works out wonderfully
He
for
said,
him.
don't you get bullied by that bald
A
fraud.
bit of chip damage onto Simple as well. I'm feeling pretty par for the course. I mean, the fact that Bit is so high up the scoreboard kind of still feels like an anomaly.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't seen that from the CT side, so I don't know once this T side gets rolling what to really expect. That's why I'm just going to kind of pause for a second before I feel too strongly either way. But nicely done, Stewie. 3 kills off of the ump. Makes it look easy. 25 shots for 3 kills.
Hello.
That's a bargain.
Okay, but yeah, but he learned it from Boomich.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fair
let's
enough.
give credit where credit's due.
That he
No one
learned
does
it from
better.
Boomich.
Honestly, spectated this from third person, hide the kill feed. Everyone would have said that was Boomich. All right. Well, what do we have in this rifle round? Enough for AKs, and looks like a Galil as well. A pause is going to be called
Tech.
Tech? Okay.
Tech pause.
You got the FPS bug today? I got it today.
I did get it. Yeah, we played a couple of games. 2 games today, early this morning. It was the broadcast team, myself, Launders, Maniac, Pimp, and Banks, versus the Blast production.
Talent versus production.
Talent versus production.
We're all friends here.
We are. We had to put our friendliness aside for a few of those rounds. Our producer, Martin. He's a bit of a
Tournament
gem.
director.
Tournament director, man. He's got all the titles. He wears many hats all at the same time. He was in a 1 versus 3 at the end of one of our games, and we thought, let's knife Martin. Well, we should have expected better. 2 players run at him with the knives out, he dies. Then it's me versus Martin 1v1. The guy outplays me perfectly. Tons of utility. He's got this elaborate rotate. I get wrecked, okay? I'm feeling bad about it all day. I get up to work late. I show up into the green room. I'm sitting there enjoying a meal. Martin walks in the room. Doesn't even make eye contact with me. Walks by and under his breath goes, "Couldn't find me."
Here's the scenario. Connor's sitting in the kitchen in B. Oh no, okay, we're into the game. All right, we'll save it for another tech pause. Hopefully something goes wrong. We know the FPS bug still exists, Valve.
Can't hide from us.
Yeah. We're gonna keep talking about it.
Couldn't find me.
Love the Galil picks.
Right now,
you're gonna be dreaming about that one.
Navi can't find anything through these deep smokes. Liquid throws them down banana. We see the spam go out from Navi. Nothing netted from it. 3 players up close here on middle. Most notably is Naf with that ump on the wall.
Does that help?
An attempted body block on the smoke. Fallen just trying to peer. Maybe if you squint hard enough, you'll be able to find something through it. Let's see, because they're about to challenge. Naf actually activates. We've got Grim up on top of the roof, and damage done here, but Electronic picks up 2 kills, and that bodes very well for Navi. Although, low health on both Electronic and Vid.
They're trying to get the...
This kill's important. This kill's a big one. A huge one, because Stewie is the only player left for Liquid with real HP, and now he's put his team in a mirrored situation of Navi's. But Elige, trying to find this kill towards ult, just let Bit slip by. Stewie buys time.
He got
Rotate
out,
comes over, 20 seconds to spare. And these T's have a bit of utility still to use.
Elige about to turn the corner.
Oh, perfectly timed flashbang. That shaves Simple down low, and sure enough, Elige just trying to sprint into the action. 1, almost 2, but with 10 seconds left, he's scurried them enough, splits them up, and means that Liquid tie this game at 8.
Oh man, what was that? What was that? It was all because this push that Stewie pulled off at the top of Banana. This is Perfecto. It looked like he was trying to bait this push in, but then reloaded out in the open.
Tied at 9,
wanted to
folks.
maintain vision, I guess, and got punished for it. Stewie finds that timing. It was the play that Liquid absolutely needed because Electronic went 2 for 1 on the trades at top mid. And honestly, that's another situation that's like Liquid favored. They had Fallen come through with that like slight body block with a player in front of it, plus another player on lane, and they only go 1 for 2 on trades. They were already losing from that moment. And Navi the whole time kept their options open at B with Perfecto there. So, yeah, just a very, very close round. It's pretty messy. And it's a bit about the individual plays that came out. But with Navi taking that one, they've got another save out for Navi. Sorry, with Liquid taking that one, they've got a save out for Navi. And they're now burgeoning on max loss.
Armored pistols trickle in. Bit buying a smoke grenade late. Incendiary that pops in the sky.
Well, that's never good.
Not the intended purpose. Liquid not going to challenge Banana at all. A few pieces of utility, but they seem confident to just sit in sight.
Yeah, it's the same rule applies, right? For Navi, it can get scary in this spot. They have enough utility to extinguish his Molotov, run through it. Plus, they're so close to the bomb plant zone, and there's only 2 CTs here. No one's peeking lane or anything. So this is the right strat from Navi.
Not even a close rotate. We'll see if Fallen comes sprinting over. Incendiary goes out. That's a good lineup from Naf. 2 kills off of the FAMAS. Puts out the fire. Stewie's worried about a wraparound, and he should be. Simple. Oh! Gets snapped back on. That 90-degree flick from Stewie to deny him what could have been A crucial kill to crack open the B site, but that FAMAS goes dry. Fallen through smoke, finds the op shot. And I mean, Electronic, he's got so little to work with. And the frag grenade's fantastic. Fallen finds him, and Team Liquid find 10.
This one's definitely a little messy. I mean, didn't you feel like that guy was going to turn on Simple?
A little bit.
It did feel like, because like, you know, you're always like worried about someone coming through CT, especially got the front side smoke that was on here. I think Simple, if he had a few more seconds, I guess he could have lined up second oranges and that guy and then would have been the whole round in the bag, but they almost could have won with that kill alone. So either way, nice spray down from Naf from Quad, stayed alive for as long as he needed to. The molly came down late on him, took advantage of that.
And then Fallen full damage.
It might not have touched him too, depends on, you know, which one they throw.
It's a kill through the smoke and kicks this one off with a beauty of a headshot. Versus the buy round. 5v4 for Liquid straight out the gate. They fade away. Hunker on A. Navi's disadvantage on full display as the smoke falls in front of them.
You just needed to have that rhyme.
Slip it in.
I liked it. It was a good one though. Wasn't bad. I would have just said, okay.
What do we got next? What's in store for us, Navi? We've got a player here behind the smoke and a leash. Boomage seems ready for him. Who's going to win this duel? There's a chance that Fallen lends a helping hand. Alish doesn't have to peek off anything, and Fallen just easy pickup. Now Alish primed to swing out and really hammer down the damage. Sure enough, bomb on the ground. Grim worried that maybe they try to take the site in the meantime, but without that bomb, Navi have zero chance of really doing damage here. 30 seconds left over. They've been completely wrapped down from Banana, so this is save mode from Navi. Looking to hold on to 2 of these AKs. So far, so good, but Bit's still in a predicament. And Stewie gets the better of him. Perfecto, 15 health, or Liquid really run away with this.
Yeah, unfortunately. Probably the most disappointing round so far for Navi in terms of output. They get the 1 kill, but like, it's a trade that doesn't have an impact, and oh no.
Hey!
Oh, he could die still. Yeah, that's still after time. I mean, it counts for something. It knocks off important utility, or important economy for Liquid. Doesn't actually matter, but what's his money like now?
His money's down to $1,100.
You can buy armor if you'd like. Maybe just a full set of nades.
The fact that Fallen gets that first kill so clean is why, of course, Simple's not expecting the corner, because he's just drawn over towards Fallen. So good by Fallen there to make sure he gets it quick and walks away. And then also, this is how the round began, right? Electronic up into the balcony room, gets a face full of lead.
That round was a bit too easy for Liquid, the kills that came in. But, you know, the new challenge, of course, for Navi playing Liquid again is understanding how Fallen will op on the team.
Am I crazy? Or have we had a change in seating positions for Liquid? Because I believe Stewie has moved 1 seat closer to Naf on the end, which puts Fallen in the center.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
No. You're not allowed to say that Fallen's calling.
I'm not saying Fallen's calling.
You're not allowed to say that Fallen's calling. Moses does not want you to say that Fallen's calling.
I'm saying Fallen's in the center.
No,
I don't
he's
know if
not.
he's been there the
He's
whole
not.
time and I just didn't notice.
For those who may be uninformed, historically, the IGLs, they sit in the middle.
But Fallen isn't calling.
Fallen's not calling.
He's just sitting in the center.
He's just helping out. He's opping sometimes. He's helping Stewie, you know.
Maybe he's always been there and I'm a real nut job. The detectives will figure it out. Let us know.
Let's ask Anders.
We don't need to dig that deep.
I would like to hear Anders' theory about this.
Whoa. Do you want a coffee, baby?
It probably have something to do with FNS.
Yeah.
Probably go all the way back there
What?
somehow.
3 smokes for Navi to try and maybe game some rotations before the pistols commit to something. Bit's cooled off. Mind you, all of Navi have cooled off.
He's still the top fragger in the
like
server.
1 kill this half so far. We are 5 rounds deep. Still not a single bomb plant for Navi either on this T side. Maybe this is the round.
Could be this round. Both these ecos so far, like Liquid haven't done anything too interesting, so they're kind of always in a dangerous spot. Okay, leg shot comes in.
And a miss.
Wow, he's just kind of re-peeking this, but they're not regaining any control of the A site.
That's a big risk.
All about Elige here.
Yeah, he walks forward. Simple's gonna hit him, but I mean, by the time Simple gets his hand on the op, everybody's dead. And Stewie, through smoke, finds that final nail in the coffin for round 21.
Let's relive Elige's frags. Okay, he's kind of like electronic in this spot, right? Because like in these eco rounds where they get way too close, I guess Grim can also be that guy. By the way, really love that Grim is playing A. Been saying this. I mean, he was doing great on B too, but just seems like such a strong pit anchor by nature.
Wait, they're right. Grim's all the way at the end.
Scary A site right now. And then you've got like their mega carry, Nafly playing B, who's had an unbelievable tournament so far.
The Mega Fauna Sloth.
Mega Fauna Sloth. I've never heard that before. A Giga Sloth?
Oh boy. 3-round lead. Empty-handed T side.
Fauna like greenery?
Nothing. Oh yeah.
Or
Sorry, I always forget which one's Mega Fauna, which one's Mega Flora.
Oh, okay.
Flora, like flowers.
Big animal.
Okay, big animal. Perfecto. He's an animal. He's coming around like a Mack truck at the top of Banana, but Stewie is prepared for this. He takes some damage. And yeah, no kill, no refrag potential for Simple as he gets naded as well as smoked to a player who jumps out to safety. Big success in this round for Stewie. And now we've got the doorman, Elige, sitting on the archway. I don't think a flash is coming here. We'll see if it comes over, but I don't know if anyone's in position to throw one. Going off for the drive keep, but that's enough. Rotations are slow.
Fallen's getting curious, though. He wants to walk forward with this. He's got Grim by his side, so a balcony play would be perfect. But Simple, he gets that op shot, and, well, Grim, his back's turned to bit. Stewie's trying to come in from Library and find impact again, but too difficult at this point. Fallen, he had the shadow of Simple coming around the corner, but Simple a little quicker to the trigger. And so we've got Na'Vi puncturing through the A site at last. 6 rounds in a row for the CTs. They doubled their round count at the start of this CT side, and now it's Na'Vi's turn to try and take this back.
Thank God, this is getting boring for a second. Some life in Na'Vi. Very nice trade from Bit, too, to jump up like that after Simple gets his kill. And I was going to say also, like, Fallen, I mean, he loses here, but we've seen him, I mean, the cool part about bringing him onto the roster, like, provided he does get back into the form that he was, like, right before everything really blew up on MIBR, first half of 2020, something like that, he can out-op anyone. He can, right, on his best day. At least you have that potential with him, so that's nice. And based on his interview, he seems totally confident he can get back to that level.
And we've seen it.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is like, you know, I when we saw that interview and we saw what he aspired to achieve,
yeah,
I think the big question was like, but can you?
Sure.
And now we're starting to see glimpses of it. He's had some really nice shots, really good scout play as
Perfecto
well.
with 333
just,
utility.
Overall, his scoped weapons are on point.
For the record, I believed him. I said until like it shows otherwise, I don't see why he couldn't. Because right before MIBR did blow up, he brought his rating on HLTV up like mad.
Yeah.
So it was looking like he was going to have a really fantastic year, if not for everything in the team going south.
Lesson, by the way, Megafauna is big animals.
Big animals? Okay.
Megaflora, big plants.
Flowers?
Yeah, plants, mushrooms.
I did not know fauna was animals.
Yeah.
Huh.
Look at that.
Cool.
Guy's a dumbass, everybody.
You're not the only coach, Lau.
I am the only Coach Lau, though.
Flashbangs to the top of middle, and we're getting an op peek. Trying to get it again, right? Simple. He got a taste of Fallen last round. He wants second servings. And Stewie will kill Boomich, but Perfecto is deep in T-spawn, so that's a trade right back.
Yeah.
How bad off is Liquid because of that?
That's actually, are they, I don't know. They got some info, but they do split up like so evenly. Arch is what's open, but it's hard for Na'Vi to read into this. And they're so committed to the halls. Another very strange round, but 2 players left in pit, ready to be attacked, pounced upon. And the attack is definitely coming. If Liquid want to go and get some info on B, it's already too late. They're going to need to make a gamble rotation, and they don't seem like they're in a position to do so.
So let's see it. Double pit anchor falling on the off watching short. Now it's all on Grim. Player falls right into him. He comes back with a second headshot, dropping the bomb, but there's Electronic to get him as his head is turned.
That was...
Still, 2 kills from Grim makes this one doable. 6 seconds. Simple just onto the site. Now he has to commit to this. It's Naf versus Simple. Kid on Naf. Up on Simple. 13 HP, all he needs.
Cue that replay up. Let's watch the trade and include Simple wall banging Pit for no reason, because that allowed Electronic to drop into Pit and get that frag without anybody watching him. This is through the wall into Fallen's head.
Damn. And this is Simple getting dinked, but not missing the shot.
And when he took that shot into Pit, that's when that Pit player got killed. The drop off on a balcony. That came down to just the smallest, most important decisions possible.
Oh, I gotta call you.
Ooh,
such a good combo between him and Electronic.
Now we got Na'Vi on the full buy, Liquid with the lesser weapons. This is kind of like the same story we had in the first 15. Ooh, Stewie goes for the jumping mag 7. Does a little bit of damage. Perfecto's gonna punish him for the peek. And that leaves Liquid in an awkward spot.
Whoa, chat.
It's a bit too good of a map for map 1. Wait, Fallen's 9 and 18? I thought he was playing well.
Great map.
I saw some good shots.
It's all subjective. Bit using the incendiary, gets his head taken clean off. Elige sets up the barbershop. Puts us to the 4v4. Team Liquid, single smoke on Grim. And he's all the way around in the apartments. Grim, oh, he made sound.
Oh
he made sound. Was he heard?
On land, they don't hear that.
Yeah, I think, yeah, the way Simple reacts, or does he? Grim's gonna get the headshot onto Perfecto. That drops bomb, 30 seconds, but there was a big, crucial kill coming in from Electronic on the A site. For just a second, things look scary for Na'Vi, but they recover, and they recover strong. They get that bomb onto A. Simple just juggling weapons. That's a very ambitious shotgun shot.
Yeah.
Maybe the P250 hits him. No, sir. Electronic coming back, so Na'Vi all tied this game at 12 rounds apiece.
I'm not sure. I said on LAN, they wouldn't hear that. Online, I did expect also, like you said, that he heard that. But when he ran by, I was like,
what?
What? Not exactly sure. Fine margins again, man. This is one of those games where there's just too many rounds where, like, too many rambunctious things happen that it's too hard to be like...
He said too many rambunctious things
happen. This is the most proper
happen.
way they could have played this. There's so many ridiculous kills and like close rotations that have come through.
There's no point in analyzing a mosh pit.
Well said.
You just follow the flow.
Well said.
Flail your arms around and enjoy yourselves, folks.
This is a really good start for Na'Vi. We'll see if the retake comes in, but they've avoided all the grenades.
Ooh, except for Boomich. Oh, the fire starts to creep to his feet. He's right on the corner of this. Stewie's gonna eat the flash. Boomich gets the headshot. That's a matter of milliseconds, and Elige gets punished by the off. Now it's on to Nafly. He too taken down with just a single kill. I can't believe Boomich survives all that. And of course, Simple using those bodies in front of him to just send shots over the bow, sink ships to the B site, plant bomb, and give Na'Vi a lead back.
Yo, there's so much chaos right now, it's hard to see, but Simple is literally chewing grass on the top of the mountain at the moment. He's in mountain goat mode because he's been getting these insane trades.
He said mountain goat mode.
These insane trades with his AWP on A and B site in very close moments where there could be like nuclear spray downs from Liquid. It's an AWP that got that kill in CT spawn. And Elige tried to peek. He got the trade. It looks like a rifler's getting the trade. It's Simple in the back getting the trade. He's quietly creeped up to 23 and 14.
Boy. And Grim goes down.
Can you do the goat noise again? Here's the trade in spawn. And then this one. He goes over his teammate's head. Watch, he crouches. Perfect. Like synchronized swimmers.
He didn't. Barked.
Bit maybe forgot the notebook for T-side. because Electronics now surpassed him as well.
Probably ran out of pages with the amount of stuff he had to write down just for CT.
Oh, double
side.
nade.
Yeah.
Bada boom.
That makes things a little bit more comfy.
Especially as they're looking to secure a 14th round off of the back of this one.
Yeah, true. True.
It's been quite some time since we had that spree of 6 CT round wins with no bomb plant for Liquid.
Being so frisky here at top mid.
That's good.
Ooh, all these pistols coming close. Bit doesn't need an adult. He is just fine by himself. Electronic will find another and all down. Yeah, like a stack of dominoes.
5v4 off of the double frag grenade, shifting back over to the opposite side of the map, clearing corners, solo and apartments. Na'Vi are on fire.
In the power position, they're on fire. 2-round lead, winning most recent rounds, of course. Yeah, that's wow. How'd they come back into this? It was looking very like
with 5 rounds straight.
An interesting match.
That crucial 1v1 clutch as well.
And with those 5 rounds, they built up a decent amount of money. Simple's lived the most, so he's touching 10K. Electronic with just about 6. And that means that there's not going to be an easy road to match point. They've got to win 2 rounds in a row versus rifle rounds that is Liquid. Whereas Liquid themselves, they're going for broke right here and now. This could be the whole game in a round if Na'Vi win this. I'm not going to rule OT out based on what we've seen so far. So if Liquid win this, even though it's hard to get back, and Na'Vi will still have money, I think it's entirely possible.
(24-14) Simple. And this A-site setup does not instill confidence for me.
It does look a little bit frail. They're missing a player. They've got a player behind a smoke at Arch. They're finally going to rotate over. And see, Fallen has eyes down B, but will he be able to get a kill? He is getting pretty frisky with it. Perfecto's chilling. This is interesting. I mean, it doesn't feel like Perfecto is going to turn the corner based on how he's playing this, but they're starting to come back to B now.
Yeah, this could be such a turning point. Oh, Fallen gets the one, jumps, and even dives into the cover. Because Perfecto can't get that trade kill, we could still watch Na'Vi commit to the A site, but that's the stack. We have Stewie move back, closer towards B, Fallen deep in the site itself.
They got to pick. They can actually...
Here it comes. Commitment onto the B site. Stewie's gonna get flashed off of this. Fallen can't quite find a target. Perfecto, he could go over, and Fallen scoped in. He hears the movement inside the site, gets the kill. Simple, finding Fallen right back, and the bomb's planted, but Alicia's smoke spam's good. Simple's going deep. We've got Alicia already crossing over. He hits that flick, and pushes his team one little bit closer. Just a bit.
He didn't hit that
It's still the
flick.
man advantage. Naf still makes the difference, but there goes Grim, and Bit with a double to give Na'Vi their 6th round in a row, and 15 to the scoreboard. CT economy in shambles.
He is forging diamonds with Cole. This is so nuts from Simple. This refrag, every single kill so far has been insane, and he even gets the tag on the jumping player back in spawn. He's shrouded by his teammates that take some attention away from him because it's not all been in the clutch. But if you're really watching the context of these rounds, he's alone in these moments. If he misses his shots, he dies. If he doesn't get these kills, there's no guarantee that his team wins.
Big fucking truth, man.
He's
Simple
on a special level and somehow fitting into
yes.
the core.
This is what we love to
on the
see. It's
attack
like
every
watching
single
Jordan
round.
go off, man.
He's
Simple
a hard
is
guy
so
to get
good.
to. This
Simple's
is-
so good. Look at Boomich grabbing his huge
yeah, this is
pillow-like
definitely,
neck.
like
Just being like,
performance
oh.
from him.
And Bit as well, I think playing as a bit of an X factor here on Inferno.
Definitely.
You know, a project that definitely had justified question marks around it. How long they were going to keep trying to get Bit into position on Inferno. Into all the positions, it seems. He gets 2 kills to close out
Yeah,
that
whenever
last round, pushes himself
the
to
razors
second
come,
highest
I'm
fragger
shaving.
on Na'Vi.
I like to shave.
Man, I can't believe how much how much impact he's having T-side opping on Inferno.
Ooh.
Of course, Liquid, the silver lining is, even though it's not a great buy, There's still tools to work with here. Utility strong from Liquid, but look at this commitment. Boomich is going to try and challenge into the B site. Naf is so close, and he gets the better of it with the Faunus. Flashes continuously being thrown over top, and Electronic looking to hone in for the refrag. Naf still in position. A little bit of shots coming from the ump on the left. Electronic, he's in a bit of a pickle, but even blind! He gets that headshot, denies Stewie, and maybe Elige picks up these pieces. Maybe Na'Vi just redirect.
Oh, there's too much chaos. They're rotating off of the A site. The bomb comes back through lane. This is Grim alone, and he's about to leave.
Oh, he throws himself into the site. Elige slowing things at B. Big moment for Grim. He came to Europe and succeeded alongside Liquid. Gets the first kill to bit. Jump shot. Tons of damage, but Simple still has the better of him. And Fallen's frag grenade flies forward. On the mark, but not on the money. Simple's got a slight gap, and that's all he needs. Fallen's taking it down to the 2v2 now that he's removed. And Simple's coming
30
at it
bomb
from
from
a
Simple.
completely different angle. Misses that shot, and it's going to cost him. Perfecto's inside of the pit, swings, and it's Elige with the 2K, Liquid with a 13th, and they are still fighting for OT.
Finally, he gets granted
God
a lifeline.
damn, we've seen some good fucking
Throws one out
Counter-Strike. Holy shit,
for
bro.
Liquid. I mean, that was so damn close. It felt like Simple was going to do it
Simple,
one more
yeah,
time in a
Simple
row.
almost
Literally
took that
bring this
whole
to
thing.
16.
My goodness.
Kind of despite both teams clearly playing perfectly, right? There's just so much chaos, and Simple's just driving in it right now, but at least they keep up. Nafly, such a confusing position for him at the first. Oranges gets the kill on Boomich, knows that Electronic comes out. He gets spammed down at the Oranges from Pool. Teammate tries to remove that threat, pushing him with a deagle. He's spamming back, just trying to stay alive. And then Na'Vi make that really interesting move back to the A site. It's the correct one. They've convinced Liquid that it is going to be a commitment to B site, and they end up being wrong about it, but they still survive. And this is why I don't
Simple
wanna
is
rule out the
literally on
possibility of
another
OT.
level.
We've got Fallen
20
back on
damage
top. Everybody's
around
got the nades they want to. They finally win a round.
The next highest person. It's crazy.
And now there's not going to be any fatigue, you know, just 2 more, and we can go to overtime. Simple looking for 30.
Thank you. Thank you.
Elige, who comes in with that massive 2K last round, he is, of course, still taking to the top of Liquid's side. 24 kills. The 29 of Simple. Tension's thick.
Fallen the lowest on the server. I guess that's IGL shit.
Got a little bit of a boost going on. Oh, excuse me. No. That's just Grim back by Bout getting aggressive. Oh, he's starting to clear these corners, but Bit, we've seen Bit in these delayed apartment peaks. He's sure enough right to Grim's left.
This is interesting because they're watching this from the back. It depends how the peak is. He goes wide from it. Oh, but Grim takes care of himself. He's all good.
Huge pickup. And Elige, he falls off of middle, trying to get over towards Arch, which was momentarily left open. If a smoke grenade lands in front of him, maybe they slip into the CT spawn, but Elige plays on the side of it, and Boomich predicts this position, takes that fight, and brings us to the 4v4. There's 30 seconds.
Yeah, they threaten the mid-B split. They can know that Liquid are going to try to retake lane. Let's see if they read into it properly. Fallen volleys this off, but 20 seconds.
We've seen this fight between
Fallen and
Simple
Simple on
got
the
the better
ops,
of him
dude.
last time. They're going to jump into it. Fallen finds one and following damage. Grim in the exact same spot, but he's been seen, and that could spell disaster. Further damage to Perfecto, but it's just not enough. And because Na'Vi have 15, it's Naf and Stewie 2K who have to come in clutch. Perfecto low HP, all the way back inside a pit.
All right,
Simple
let's see if
sits
we
in
can see
sight.
some good Counter-Strike.
Electronics over there on Mini. Stewie's gonna be that front runner. He's gonna be the first contact. Naf gets a chance at a shot. No response, and as he jumps, Simple pinches for 2 kills to close. Na'Vi taking the map choice
33.
of Liquid. And now it's the
33.
North Americans, the last NA team in this event, facing elimination.
Well, that was goddamn exciting. Loved to watch that. It is, and it could be a key map in this veto, but it's not even one that I expected Na'Vi to win. I'm really not sure what happens from here. I'm just excited to be able to watch it. That was some really fun stuff.
Yeah, you and me both, bro. But I mean, what what we don't expect from Na'Vi on Inferno, I think comes from what we don't expect from Bit.
Yeah,
That's a huge outlier of a performance for him on Inferno. He was toe to toe with Na'Vi on that CT side, or Simple, excuse me. And by the end, of course, it becomes the Simple show, and it gets close. But in the end, it is Na'Vi with the one map advantage.
I need my
moving
coffee.
This to Nuke, where we know what happened last time. We'll throw this to a break, and the analysts up next. See you guys soon for map 2.
Got too hype. Mitch is a G. Good IGL. Simple went fucking 33 and what? Literally dumb. Eddies? Don't know what that is. Sorry. Oh. Not many people do that. I was just thinking about making some.
It's here.
It's...
That's right. Get it all out. Live boldly, even if it is only for a few more moments. Okay, time's up. Rocked what? Oh. Oh. Oh, I get it now. That's so funny, dude. Edibles are the best. Might be what I move to. I have a bunch of really not good free, but that's the best stuff to make edibles with. Rather than smoking, I could be edibles. Interesting. Very interesting.
Over the line on Inferno. We get to see
Over
the
the
Simple
line
show
on
to a degree
Inferno.
once again, but
Right.
Electronic alongside him with Bit were able to help out from start to finish. And I think that is where we should start this discussion, guys, because we literally just spoke about Bit not really being that one to have the huge...
Well, it's like, yes, but then Simple for 33.
Like I said, switching things up, having different positions, different fights, and he was finding most of them and having success. So hats off to Bit. He played a good map of Inferno. That's great for him and his stock. And obviously it was a part of the reason why Na'Vi won.
I want to follow up with our Boomage conversation as well, because in this game he didn't have the most pristine presentation, let's call it that, the most pristine performance. But for Boomage to be involved in 13 opening duels in a game against Liquid, he created a lot of space for Bit and for Simple to thrive. So sure, Boomage didn't find the same amount of opening kill success that he's had up until this point, as Matthew talked about coming into the game, but he still went for it. He still stick to the game plan, and Bit, he was allowed again to shine. I will say against Simple, when he's playing at this level, you need someone from Liquid to shut him down. Elish had a decent game, Nafly had a decent game, but there was no one who stood out for Team Liquid. So when you face Simple in this performance, when you face Bit that all of a sudden chimes in as well, we come back to the conversation point we always find ourselves talking about. When Simple is performance, when Electronic is fine, we just need one of Flamey, one of Perfecto, or one of Bit to do a good job. This time around, it was Bit. So if they can continue this path, Na'Vi are looking dangerous.
And one thing we got to touch on when it comes to Simple, what you just mentioned there is exactly what we get to see from him sometimes, where he just feels so confident. You watch his movement, and it's almost like perfection. It's fluid.
Oh yeah, he's fully activated, and this victory for Na'Vi was a very much Na'Vi signature style when they were running down the clock. And I have a clip that we can actually bring to the table. When it's about 20 seconds left, you will see when that B hits come to shove. It's a 4v5, so Na'Vi have nothing really going on for them. Fallen is very cleverly playing behind that smoke. He's waiting from Coil, finds the first shot. The trade from Simple is absolutely quick, is lightning quick, right? But then now 2v4, Simple realizing he needs to make a difference, goes in for the fast scope. He's gonna hit that shot, I guarantee you. That's it. He tags Naf, but he's just so activated. He's moving, he's moving around the map, sorry. He's always repositioning. He's one step ahead of everything. He's one step ahead of the game. This Simple right here, combined with Bit, who we talked about, they dug Na'Vi out of some complicated situations. They were running down the clock, but it just seemed like the last 15 seconds, nothing could go wrong for Na'Vi.
And it really wasn't going wrong for them, right? Even when there was advantageous situations like you guys spoke about before, Liquid couldn't get it converting this time around. The positive sign, though, like you already mentioned, was Elish was there. He was back to
he played very well.
See from him.
Yeah, he had 7 multi-kills. I believe he finished at 24 kills there as well. So having a decent
I know. He admitted he was wrong. And
I find it hard to digest this game, right? Because I felt...
At half, they said he was the biggest factor. Half. But yes, the commentator was silly. Shows how much better J are.
Down to, I believe, 4 or 5 HP, but Simple just hit the instant flick with the AWP. Sometimes you just need that player who can shut down a player like Simple, and Liquid this time around, they didn't have the answer.
I mean, Simple had a huge impact in this game. We should not downplay his performance. I agree that Bit did have a good performance. I agree that Electronic, at the beginning of the CT side, was playing well, but this was Simple saving Na'Vi in some of these situations. The amount of key trick frags he found when the round could just unravel if he hadn't.
That's insane. Those two right there.
The way he
Such insane trade.
It's a huge difference. Fallen gets the kill, stays alive. It's a completely different round. And Simple found so many of these. Again here, key trade, combat style AWP, being part of the attack, part of the group, and trading efficiently. Again, he just picks up the AK and finishes off. So Simple was a huge factor in this game.
And we saw Liquid go onto their CT side.
33 and 15. 33 and 15 with 250 utility damage.
Fully believing
you kidding
Liquid
me?
had this game in their hands, and then it was just a quick switch around, and we just saw it become the Na'Vi show.
Yeah, it became the Simple show, let's be honest. 10 multi-kills, and as Matthew said, he was just here, there, and everywhere. I think Simple, at this level, Simple backs against the wall. I think he has a point to prove. He's looking towards Vitality, he's looking towards Saivu. He was probably watching the game coming into this one as well, and thinking, okay, if I want to be the best player of 2021, I got to step it up, right? I got to match Saivu and be even better. So I feel like you got to find a special way to elevate Simple, to motivate Simple. And right now, I think the best motivation Simple has doesn't come from within, doesn't come from his team, comes from Saivu and Vitality, the way he's playing right now.
Is this about kicking him down to the lower bracket early on, and then he just activates himself from start to finish? I don't know. It's almost like a meme at this point, right? Because they do just start to play better. They start to play as a team, and that's the big difference here.
Well, just as much as I want to agree with you, I strongly believe Simple saved Na'Vi in that one. So I'm not going to put too much stock into that comeback, because to me, it truly was individual brilliance, and I'm waiting to see a little bit more. But I do agree that it does feel like push needs to come to shove for Na'Vi to step up. They need to have that threat, thinking about we might be eliminated. So maybe they should just start every tournament in the lower bracket. From the get-go.
Play on hard mode, right?
Perfect run.
Why not?
Yeah, I just want to say I beg to disagree just a tiny bit right here. I think it was about the Simple show, and he was the final nail in the coffin. But you look towards the stats of the players. There's 3 players with 20 frags plus, right? And you have Electronic doing a good job as well. Boomage involved in 13 opening duels. He had 14 frags, I believe, so he was in the bottom of the board. And then you have
If I had to pick any of them, it would be this guy. And the American, the glasses. I would take them. And Machine and Burjay.
That game, that would be wrong to say. But when Liquid was starting to take control of that game in the second half, I feel like Simple was the difference maker. Once things started to look a little bit shaky, a little bit scary, Liquid were fine.
It's just like, just agree with him. Just agree. Funny.
Oh, what the fuck was that? That was the ridiculous flick.
The rabbit for catching the best clips. It was a video.
And A is not working.
He also
They don't really
catches
have a
the
strong
cutest
plan B or plan
clips.
C, whereas for Na'Vi, they have more strings to play off.
But one thing we do know from Liquid so far is, right, they've exceeded our expectations coming in with a new roster at a tournament that's this high caliber. And when I look at this, I think, okay, this is all positive signs for them still. So would we be so confused if they did go out 2-0 at this point?
No, we wouldn't. And we shouldn't be confused or disappointed or mad or sad about Liquid. Obviously, the fans want them to win, which is normal.
Yeah.
But if you tell them at the beginning of this event, look, you've just made a roster change, but you're going to be top 4. You're going to lose to Na'Vi, and then it's going to be Astralis, Vitality, Na'Vi on top of you, in the tournament. They would say, okay, sure, that makes sense. I would say, okay, it makes sense. The fact that Liquid is already battling now here is in itself a success. We talked about managing expectations and what we could hope to see from a roster. They've made life really hard for all the top dogs that play against them. What if they push Liquid to a 3rd map? Again, that would be a success. Yeah. But Na'Vi should win, and I think Jacob has a really good point when he says, sure, Liquid's plan on Nuke was pristine. It was a very good plan. Remember, they had that 10-0 start as well on the CT side. But now comes the 2nd test, the 3rd test, when you play the map again and people know what you're doing. Yeah. How much leeway do you have? How much maneuver do you have? That's what we're about to find out.
Well, at least Stewie can rely on Fallen for that extra bit of help, right? That extra bit of ideas when it comes into moments like this. Even if Fallen is not such a nuke player as we looked at his career with it. One thing we do need to look at, though, is when it comes to Na'Vi now. Bit, yes, he was looking great on Inferno, but he's not going to play here on Nuke, right? We're going to get the man on your screen right now. It is Flamey. He'll be standing.
He has a snow leopard picture in his fucking room. Flamey, legitimate G. Legitimate fucking G. Do you see that? What the fuck? Clip it. Team, holy fuck, you seen this? Clip it.
You have integrated Flamey into your game plan, so you're not.
Look at that cute little snow leopard cub.
Flamey did well in the first game as well against Liquid.
His room is so fucking Eastern European. It's beautiful.
We talked about it yesterday as well. We asked Flamey. I asked Flamey. It's not a secret that the last couple of years he's not been to the same level as he used to be, and he was also acknowledging that he's changed into a new position. So Flamey to come into Nuke, don't expect him to drop 25 frags. Don't expect him to be the difference maker. If he can hold down ramp, play it smart on the CT side, make sure he's not a liability, his job is done. If he can go above and beyond that, then maybe he can be a part of the reason as to why it makes it easier for Boomage, for Electronic, and for Simple. Flamey, I don't think he's going to be a liability. He's just going to do his job.
He's going to do his job, and that's exactly what Na'Vi will need him to do. They're potentially looking at a 2-0 as we move on to their map pick of Nuke. But last time around, Liquid are the ones to take it. Now can they do it again and take us to a 3rd? We're going to find out real soon with Scrawny and Launders.
Ordered. Ordered. Damn, I want Flamey to go off. This has been an enthralling tournament.
And so the party keeps on going. Hope you brought your party pants. We're going to Nuke, baby.
I'm having a pants party. You're invited.
Oh, my. Well, hopefully. So are Liquid, because I want to see a close game. We were starting to get one at the tail end of Inferno there. A little back-and-forth affair. We got into those final 5 rounds needed. And now, it's game time. We got Flamey in the server. We've got the Navi. Full Navi.
It always seems to happen, like, right after the guy who has a great first map that gets substituted. It's happening in these Vitality games, happening here. Flamey, I mean, he's been stepping up. He's been good on ramp. Unless, I think Bit has been worse on Inferno than Flamey has been and had a really great series recently. Simple's out on the entry. He hasn't died yet. Okay, he finally will. Very patient shooting between Grim and Stewie.
And then Elige gets one through the smoke because that's what you do.
Down like a cheese string in the microwave.
Like a cheese string in the microwave. That's disgusting.
Delicious.
And so is Grim. Headshot to close out the pistol round. A perfect pistol round from Liquid.
Flawless.
Wow. Here's Grim tapping away. Was that a last bullet kill from the CZ of Stewie? Yeah.
There it is.
One shot. And a reload.
So what's the, how do they do the, like, how does the CZ still have bullets after the mag's gone?
What do you mean?
Like they have you shoot 12 bullets,
yep,
and then you take the mag off?
Yep.
And then it has 12 more?
No.
Oh, no?
No, the 12 that it gets are the ones in the front. The gun only has 2 magazines. It is the worst weapon in terms of pistols.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's two mags on it right away?
Well, there's one in it.
One in it? Okay. Sorry, I'm confused. I don't know anything about guns. I was like, don't understand how this works. Okay.
Don't you worry your pretty little head about it.
So it's like everybody in real life's like, what, you don't know about weapons?
Don't know.
Like, I literally don't know.
Don't you know that the M4 fires 5.56 caliber rounds, idiot?
I didn't even know it 5.56 rounds until I played PUBG. I had no idea.
Yeah, the first time I watched you play PUBG, you had an inventory of like 8 different types of ammo.
Do I want the green bullets?
The red ones do more damage, right?
Talk about the game.
Oh man, just even Tarkov, dude. I was brain tumor.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Okay, well, it's been another quick one, and the important part is that for Liquid, they don't lose anybody, so the money just stacks up.
Simple switched out his knife.
Up.
Fallen Scout, I kind of alluded to it on Inferno, as he's been pretty consistent with the damage. On Nuke specifically is where I've been most convinced by it. You know, like everybody knows Searson's the best Scout player in the world.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
It's fair. I think he's just got that title now. We give it to him
at least for the year or something.
Yeah. Fallen so far in 2021 is making an argument for it.
Yeah, he's been hitting definitely
good.
tons of scout shots. But then what about Simple the other day on A-Side Train, huh?
Well, he doesn't use the scope, so I don't think it counts.
True. No right click for Simple.
First gun round of Navi.
Okay, let's see how Liquid establish. So they got Elige pushing outside, right around red. But the hit's coming in, and Stewie, another success. Actually, 2 players on the hold.
Great ump play.
The roof is on fire.
Throws himself up close and personal. There are players coming to hunt him, and sure enough, we've got Navi right back to the 3 versus 3.
Oh, call an ambulance, but not for me.
Gets wrecked.
Call an ambulance, but not for
answers with that scout from heaven, then immediately repositions over towards Mini, but he's not going too fast. It gives time for Navi.
I see the pros play, and I realize how dynamic this game can be.
Alive and kicking. Fallen's dropping some utility here inside of Mini. Just kind of pounded those scout shots downtown, trying to maybe get Naf into the action, but Electronics behind those boxes. Simple didn't hold him in. And again, this is low HP for Fallen, and a bit chipped off Electronic.
Wait a second.
Much more team-oriented game.
Now Fallen's just going to play the bait and switch. Whoa, the slow reaction, but it still works. 9 health is all that Electronic has to spare, and it's nearly despair for Navi, but they come back from the 3v5.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like they played it weird. The amount of noise they made in heaven to know that they were joining up, and then the drop, I get it. You can double peek with verticality, but they don't know where the last person is exactly. And they both don't decide to drop, so they displace Electronics' aim a little bit, but it's just not enough. And there's enough time between the 2 peaks, as well as Fallen switching guns, that allowed them back into it. And it was just like, the round was over. It felt like when Stewie got those kills, and then Navi just answered back, kill after kill after kill. Bit weird. I feel like just a more of a misplay, honestly, by Team Liquid. They had definitely a solid situation. Lacked a bit of cohesion on that retake. It is kind of hard to orchestrate, but
ouch! Fired the feet, and Grim with a second through the smoke. His MV9 finds a headshot perfecto, kind of pulled between 2 players. Electronic on for another clutch, back-to-back clutch attempts. This time 1v3, Fallen dead first.
Vent. Yep.
And he's down to the site.
They got to be scared. Okay, hold on. So they're going to be scared because they don't know if he's going to wait to get a kill, but they're going to hear the door swing open. They can try to double peek. He can go anywhere. He'll take it back in. They don't know if this is just to close the door. He'll find the first kill, and he could potentially leave as well.
Elige.
Oh.
Right there, though. Damn. A little bit of spacing left between Grim and Elige. Grim hits the damage. Electronic just slips that headshot into him. 1 survivor here for Liquid to take their 3rd round win.
I think
6 kills on Electronic by the end of this.
I think what was recognized there was just the perfect bait, right? Because if they're too close together, Electronic's on full alert to try to like spray transfer or just stay there and shoot again. But then because Lige just waits a second, he looks to think about going back to the outside site, but doesn't notice that anyone's pushed in. So he's like, all right, I'm in the best spot possible, plus I'm dinked. And Elige, like, it looks scary, like, oh, come on, why didn't you peek? But that potentially was the best way to play that in the 2v1. But yes, round saved. However, the bomb plan had its impact, right? The amount of nades being bought here, the rifles, it's meaningful. That nades just drop to clear out all the close positions.
Ooh. It's a long-range fight.
You heard all those smoke.
The Galil is still able-bodied.
Well, Electronic, I mean, he's just going to follow forward in a secret. It looks like he has no intention of turning around whatsoever. He's not spotted on the cross. And, yeah, a good amount of controls being given. Nafly's been super solid as a ramp player, to be honest. The way he plays these angles kind of out in the open. So he plays for a lot of info, but he plays with tons of confidence. But here it's just a slight fake to upstairs with secret control. Looks like Electronic will try to catch rotators, get in the mix late. However, Elige gets a kill, Naf gets one again. This confident position.
Oh.
An absolute mowdown.
You know, we were talking about Naf taking this same angle, right?
Yep.
Standing on the boxes, but standing so far forward that the flashes go beyond him.
Yep.
That's not something new. He just threw at Na'Vi. And then he kind of starts shaking it up after that, but he's got an affinity for this spot, and those are the kinds of plays that prove its value. He is now 7-2 at the top of the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's a really strong... He does this so much now, and it's kind of in a way that no one else is playing. Like, sometimes I like to think, like, if you were in a match and you're playing ramp, and you know all you have to do to clock in and out for work and still get your pay is to just drop down as soon as you see someone, you might do that. But Nafly's willing to take that risk and stand up there because he knows he's going to win the first duel, and he's just fine taking the second and third fight as well. And he's had so much success. Wow.
Perfect grenades, perfect call out.
He's just having fun.
A nearly non-existent anti-eco. It's almost like this round has been erased from the history books.
Sure. So close to over already.
Perfecto and Flame are the two people left who try to tell us it actually happened. Nobody believes them.
No, they're outnumbered. Again, playing for a lot of info here. Naf just out in the open.
No way. The final kill's about to come in. Flamey looking for something. But he'll lose his head to Stewie, and we've got Liquid with a very strong CT start. 5-1 the lead.
It really has piqued my curiosity the way that Nafly's been playing ramp, because it's like the opposite to the way that you're supposed to, right? It's the opposite, like, and yeah. But sometimes in CS, the best decision is not always the safest one. People conflate that all the time, and they try to play for time in a situation where the other team would not waste that much time and make a poor decision based on the idea that, like, a team is going to just run the clock out versus them when that doesn't happen. But Nafly is showing us that there might be a new way to approach positions like this.
Ooh, Fallen. Cutting it close with the headshot. But again, we're at the minute 37 mark, and we've got Fallen with a 5v4. So these openings are coming at us quick, and they're coming at us consistently in the favor of Liquid.
No, totally. So for Na'Vi, I feel like if there's anything that defines Na'Vi on Nuke, it's their upper A attacks. I think they've got some of the best in the whole game. Obviously got some of the strongest entries, Electronic being one of them. And I think it's just something that they don't like to use too much because it can be anticipated.
Well, Grim's met by a Molotov. He's got to dive back behind the bomb site. Simple takes his teammate off of this, and Perfecto's trying to combine from the hut play. Grim getting aggressive. I like that. Takes the initiative on his own terms. Gets the man advantage back for Liquid. They've got a little bit of movement downstairs, but Perfecto's patience pays off. He waited inside of that hut for Grim to extend his head into the crosshair. 3v3.
Oh, man. Okay, our lower player needs to find a way to have an impact on the round because it's still 3v3. Oh, okay, so they're actually dropping down to him, but Naf still exists.
And he's got the bomb out. Electronic taking a huge risk. Swings that open with a bomb in hand, and this round just disintegrates for Na'Vi.
They had a turncoat.
Naf is a fucking...
inside man. Nafly. He's stuck in the B site like he was a T holding in a post plant, waiting for that to come to him the whole time. An extra piece. And this was, all the pressure was being put on Grim. You could see by him being pulled forward. This was influenced by the way that Na'Vi set up on this round, the info that Nafly had downstairs, the opening kill that went the way of Simple upstairs. All of these things were trying to influence Grim into rotating, and they finally got that kill as well. So it could have gotten sketchy if Nafly didn't do that weird kind of stack up inside in the way that he did.
Flashes popping all around him. Are we concerned for Na'Vi's T side yet?
You know, I think we'll see. What I was wondering is if there was going to be a correlation between, you know, how much success Boomich is having as an entry and how clear-headed the calling is. I think that is a problem with a lot of IGLs. Actually, it's a very common thing. You're not playing well, mood's not good, calls aren't good as well. And lately, the calls have been pretty good because Boomich has been fragging. This might be something new, but Stewie controls the spray.
Yep, enough time for a leash to peek from Mini. Perfecto now into the clutch, sees the player drop, and he gets too focused on him as opposed to Naf, who's shooting from the sky. and shooting for the Stars. 11-2 right now, alongside Elish, who's 10-3. Remember that we just had these two teams lock horns on Nuke. And when that happened, Team Liquid took a 10-5 CT side.
Yeah.
They end up closing the game 16-14 as Navi's defense was also stellar, thanks to a huge performance from Simple.
That was actually, yeah, and that was a day when
that was an
Electronic
insane
did not
game.
play that well. So there's scarier things, yeah, coming in the second half potentially. Liquid know they need a steep scoreline because Simple will be unstoppable CT side Nuke when it comes. But of course, if they have a steep enough score line, then they can maybe feel confident about closing it out. And their T side's probably made some had some improvements as well. Here's an opening onto Boomich. Simple goes for a duel on ramp. But Nafly's been stellar on the ramp. Elish has been so good at winning duels outside. Look at that obtuse flick upwards to the top of Silo to take Electronic out.
Now Naf's playing this a bit more natural. Pops up.
I guess that's why he doesn't.
Yeah. Gets his head cleaned off. Perfecto's got him. Man advantage still for Liquid, of course, but they are kind of dry on utility now. Single smoke, double flashbang. We've got Stewie sitting above the hut. Grim, as he does, sitting inside the bomb site.
Late round out to Squeaky. The CTs haven't been fighting it. They've just been consistently winning when the Ts get out. But, you know, you really want to punish this if you're on the T side, especially, as you mentioned, on low grenades.
Flash to Mini. Commitment comes in. Stewie's going to go down empty-handed, and even Grim dies with no answer. I mean, Na'Vi, their 3 remaining members are limping into this bomb site, but that could still be enough.
Well, that could have easily been the 2v2. Now 1v3 for Elish. They're so low.
Simple straight down beneath him, dodging those shots, and there's the second round from Simple. He gets Na'Vi round 2 to the scoreboard.
If I'm Na'Vi, I'm calling the upstairs hit right now. Okay, I'm ordering that hot and fresh right to upstairs. Big round from Perfecto to get all of these kills. Actually insane that he gets this third one with all of the wallbang damage and everything. He was such low HP. Attack timeout will be called for Team Liquid to go over things. I mean, technically they don't have that much to be worried about, but they leave Squeaky open enough. These players walk out. It's dangerous. I mean, it's strong because the T's that can come out through Squeaky have nice angles to fight. Some of them want to take that 50-50 to the top of hut. They want to fight to Heaven in the back of the site. They want to fight the mini guy, and they also have the ability to rotate down if things get really sketchy. So it's such a cool spot to be on the T side. And Liquid in these late rounds just kind of like leaving that area a little bit open. Don't want to like drop any kills that way. But you know, with the amount of rounds that they have, like they're still, I think they're still chilling. I don't know what they want to change.
They're certainly afloat.
They're chilling.
Ooh. He was very hopeful that Stewie was just going to peek a little bit further.
Are they going to do it? The beast mode upper execute?
I'm waiting for it.
Forfeited all outside control, and Elish is going to get some info here, so they really don't want to take too much time with it. I think it might be coming, maybe. Maybe just outside smokes.
Smoke thrown towards Squeaky Door just to make sure that the split can't pop just yet. And then we get this wall of smokes from Na'Vi outside, but Alicia's still sitting next to the red box. And Fallen's vision, this could very easily pick up Electronic. He unscopes and misses. Kind of frazzled by the fact that Electronic walks into it, and then Elish can activate with all the information he needs, coming back into Mini for a second. Even though he's blind, he rails Boomich. And a 5v3 here on the A site. Simple and Perfecto bringing it back because Flamey's got a double. How do they get their footing on this A site? They were down 3v5 again.
They exploit it again out of Squeaky. That's just where all of the cards fall. It is actually unreal that Elish can come back into Squeaky, or come back into Mini, as you mentioned, blind, still get a kill versus Squeaky after being so fortunate to find this frag on Electronic outside. Electronic seemed half aware of this situation, That being said, he was also lucky to have lived, but as soon as Electronic got this info, got op shot from outside at back red, Simple, or Elige here as well. We've got to hit upstairs. They just burst out, and they just have such sick entries that they can get all these kills. I mean, it's not Alicia's fault in any way. He literally brings that to a 3-on-5 situation when he should have only gotten 1 kill max.
Yep. And even the way he dies, just being spammed back through the smoke.
Yeah.
Not only does he go above and beyond, but then you can't even fault him for making a mistake either.
They've got to do something about this. And listen, it's not easy. Like, there's actually no simple remedy for stopping squeaky aggression from the T side. It's hard. There's a lot of spams back and forth. And these are the games that the Ts want to play more than the CTs.
Well, this is a game nobody wants to play. Liquid single M4 on Nafly. Despite their very hot start, all it took was 2 consecutive T-round wins for Na'Vi, and the cash has stopped flowing. Electronic's going to see the head of Elige over the blue box. That's a very rapid pickup outside, and he wastes no time going downwards. But that is, in fact, where Naf is. And if Naf can get this kill, then maybe we see the AK of Electronic fall into the possession of Liquid.
Yeah, this is just
maybe
the outpost position. They'll swing into it. Oh, Naf
That's
wins.
it.
Yeah, Naf wins the duel.
Stewie's going to grab it. Now we got a couple guns. Let's see if Na'Vi try to crank the dial here, pick up the tempo. They know what they've just offered over to Team Liquid. They still have a very clear advantage. I mean, Stewie doesn't even have armor to work with the AK. Simple's been keeping an eye on the mini smoke, and Grim, therefore, locked into this corner. He cannot cross without being seen.
Oh, man. This is a timing moment. Oh, what?
And it works out.
Whoa.
Holy hell. We're going to have to see that from Fallen's perspective because he just got a crucial pistol kill. Now there's a man advantage for Team Liquid.
Yeah. This is, again, it comes
Knows
down to
anything.
control. Look, Simple, he's going to clear this out finally.
Yep.
It felt like he was just waiting for the moment.
2 players beneath Boomich now start coming outdoors to try and wrap around into Mini. Na'Vi, they find that timing. They get into the upper site, but Boomich forfeits control of Heaven because he's the bomb carrier. And these CTs now coming in from a bunch of directions. If Naf and Elige, or Fallen, excuse me, make enough of a distraction, then Stewie's gonna fly up this vent with that AK, and with that USP ding, Simple's in a bit of a precarious spot. But he should have seen that. Peek from Stu, Flamey behind second vent, gets that quick headshot,
Come on,
looks
Flamey.
to lock down Fallen, who's doing tons of damage with just the pistol. I feel like Fallen did more than anybody else. And yet, it still slips through.
Yeah.
Na'Vi, a very
Speedy.
shaky 4th round win.
Definitely. Such great coordination in
Whoa.
the final attack, or the defense, I guess I should say.
Oh,
from
wow.
the T side.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Ah!
That looked like the most important kill of the round, but as soon as Heaven's control is taken with the rifle, even though there's better numbers, it's a moment where you can get attacked from one last position, you can clear out the angle on the sight, Simple can come into play. And it looked like
No,
Simple
I'm
was doing a little
dying.
bit too much there, peeking into Heaven, getting dinged, fighting Mini as well.
Yes.
He had a
Called
teammate from
Black
opposite fence
Opium,
covering
it's
that,
gonna
but
kill me.
it works out in the end.
I already feel myself losing strength.
Simple's going to take early damage. Electronic loses out to Elige. Not sitting
He's
back.
being a freak again.
forward
She's
here, Liquid.
screeching. Why can't you be normal?
Arm, a man advantage. Real away.
Simple got naded, or?
I'm not sure.
Well, this is a very standard call with Boomich trying to wrap Heaven fast. I'm sure Liquid are going to be aware of this coming in. We'll see if the flash comes through from the back of Big Garage or if he's going to peek it dry. He's turning, and they've actually dropped out of Heaven. They got to take lobby control, I think, and this comes down to Flamey holding. So they'll go for Hut, but the CTs, it's not going to be a surprise what's happening in this moment. But they're receiving quite heavily. We'll see if Na'Vi can punish.
Hit him up. Hit him up.
And second from Flamey. He's looking for a third. Oh, and he just slides right through Fallen.
Yo, we've given
Like
him
a
our
hot
Baba
knife
energy.
cuts into Hut, opens up the A site, but Naf, he's got that bomb carrier dead to right. And Elige, well, he's all the way over towards lobby, so Naf, he's fighting on his own, and he almost gets 2 more kills, but it has to just be the one. 15 seconds to spare. Na'Vi, no clue as to where Elige is at, but they're gonna need a bomb plant, and he is in a prime position to stop this. He is locked in. He gets the kill in the front, but not that second. Perfecto, barely alive. And yet Na'Vi now have 5.
Oh my god, he drops from the sky, and that was so close. Elige played it perfectly, almost lined that up, but what does it come down to?
Flamey got
Early
the
damage
tits,
here
boy.
from Elige, that was very nice as well, and again, just so much impact from him, even on the lost rounds, for what it's worth. But
this trio
Flamey,
frags, man.
it just cracks a whip on this third guy. Look at this.
Ooh.
What is that? But that's the scary part, right? Because they take Heaven control, there's no response from the CTs, and then they're telling Flamey, like, no one's here. We know what they're going to try to do.
Oh, and the reward here is lesser weapons yet again, but sure enough, just like last time with Naf and Fallen, there's some damage output from Liquid. Naf's gonna get the Deagle inside of the lobby. Na'Vi, they just want to eject. Get the hell out of there. And Simple dies through smoke, through a wall. How does Fallen pick up these kills in rounds like this? We're gonna cue that to the replay while we have to watch this 2v4 unfold. Boomich making a bunch of noise, and Elige down now. We've got an AK, a MAC-10, and a Scout for Liquid's retake. None of them have armor, none of them have kits, and yet Flamey still lowered.
Oh my god.
To 13 HP. Boomich behind the bomb site, but I mean, it's no surprise. He is having a tough game. 4 and 11. This could be his moment to come alive. And he gets that first kill, snaps to Fallen. Still, he gets pinched, and Liquid, well, they've got themselves an 8.
Yeah, it's coming down to the last few seconds. It's actually really, really close. You'd think he'd be able to grab it, and that's it. It'll be 8 rounds. Shout out to Fallen. Finally, some of his impact on these eco rounds is being met with some support from his teammates as they shut things down. Of course, a nice kill from Grim as well. Flamey was not coordinating well with Boomich in that 2vx situation. Boomich did such a good job of jumping into control room to bait that, to get that first fight and then win and then leave. But then he drew attention to it, and then Flamey like walked right in front of that position, not realizing. And either in terms of communication or just natural chemistry, they were just a bit off there. But at that point, Liquid already had such a strong advantage.
Remember, the 10-5 CT side is what got Liquid their map win last time they met. Boomich gonna punish Elige as he catches him slipping into that position.
He had a slow start, but he's still playing with confidence.
Yep. Sure enough. Electronic walking wounded.
One of the scariest maps to be down a member on CT side. You can really just get your claws in deep on the T side with outside control like this, knowing that the only play the CT has, you know, pushing ramp, pushing lobby, and Heaven can be taken, Lore can be taken. Now the T's have control of Squeaky as well. Starting to get one layer deeper. Stewie might be the most important point of contact here, who could bring this back into the favor of Liquid. Uh-oh.
Oops.
That's just some noise they don't need.
Who put that there?
Honestly, not that it's a secret that they're about to try this, but we'll see. It comes down to the flash once again. Are they in the position to do it? No, they'll have to take the duel straight up, and Perfecto, he's happy to.
Grim, oh, nicely done. He rounds the silos, knowing Heaven's been compromised. He got a kill prior to that one as well. Fallen flanking through hut, trying to stop the bomb plant, but it's planted for Heaven because of Perfecto's perfect peek.
Sounds like a good mountain climbing resort.
Perfecto's perfect
16 and 6, alongside the newcomer of Team Liquid, Fallen on the op. Do they really take this chance? Flashbang goes to the deep of the site. Fallen still hasn't been able to find any contact. Bomb nearly gone, and now Fallen, he's stuck out into the open. It would take 2 zingers from that AWP, but he's not going to find anything. Na'Vi will improve on their T side from the last time they met with at least a 6th round win.
Oh, really? That's already, what was the
10-5.
10-5, okay. Yeah, true. And I mean, they are playing really well. They haven't even really busted out besides the defaults. It's been almost every single time like a default that's led into a unique mid-round situation where they've just had to do stuff on the fly, follow the kills. But they haven't done like their really, really strong execs that I feel like, honestly, have brought Nuke into their pool in 2020. Wonder why they're straying away from it. Either way, it's working out okay. Nice shot in from Fallen. The ADR might matter. Boomich, of course, he can be pretty sacrificial, but he's still not going to be happy about that tag.
around trying to find one over smoke. Doesn't want to expose himself too much. He hit that shot on Boomich, but Electronic still able to slip down the secret stairs. Not a hot T-side from Electronic or Simple. Hell, even Boomich is caught back up. There was a time where Boomich was like 0 and 9 or 0 and 10.
It's definitely been Boomich to his kills for these later rounds they got back, and Perfecto, a lot of his amazing entries have looked very, very sharp.
Wild to think Boomich is now caught up to Simple.
Honestly, kills don't tell the story. You know, we had that round with Simple and Electronic. There's been so many like key different rounds. But okay. Instead of going for heaven, Boomich finds an opening at the ramp. He is totally correct about this read. And what does this mean? Well, they can continue to go lower with him. And who is there tucked in the back of the site? They've got one. Unleashed by the controls doors. He's dead. 4-on-5 situation. Flamey gets picked off outside.
Yeah, but then they never knew about Boomich. Naf, he rotates down ramp right into his death. 2 turning points downstairs, but this is it. Final retake of the first 15.
I literally watched
perfect! On the money! Electronic locks down the cross alongside Perfecto Navi. Last time 10-5, this time 8-7, with a single half, perhaps, keeping Liquid in this event. Don't you dare go too far.
Stewie doesn't look too hype now, huh?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another rendition of CS Money Dream Skins.
No, absolutely not. We're gonna take a Brork. I'm gonna eat a bit. I'm gonna have some coffee.
Today, we're gonna go off the beaten path, the Galil skins, and who other than Flamey from Navi? I need to know first and foremost. You know, are you a big?
I'll catch you later.
Guy?
There's Flamey. Show us the snow leopard in the background.
Yeah, I would say yes. I'm tired to getting used to like the same gun.
The snow leopard. He's got such a.
Okay, so you've recently made